Okay, honor code system. Close your fucking eyes.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
don't want you to see what's on the left side. I want to put the
Okay.
presentation on first.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just not going to open the stream until you say ready.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
neither.
Okay. I think it's good.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
can, if you, is it full screen?
SOUF.
Yes. It is full screen,
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Beautiful. All right, everybody. So, my presentation is on what would happen to everybody in the Discord server if we were in the Scream universe,
How much
or
is
alternatively,
everyone?
if there
Oh,
was a
sorry, I shouldn't
slasher. But I'm only basing it off of the Scream franchise because it is my favorite, and I think it arguably is the best among all slashers ever in the world. So, what was your question?
I'm gonna. So for presentations, the original idea was drunk presentations. I don't know about anybody else, but I am doing a little drinking. But is there gonna be like conversations involved, questions, or is it like a sit your white ass down and listen sort of deal? Cause
I would say
or it can change depending on the vibe that people want to go with their presentations.
I have a feeling that we have all made some. I don't know about Katie, but I think that the rest of us have made kind of long presentations. So I will say, if it's
yeah.
appropriate to comment or ask a question, then sure.
Yeah,
But otherwise,
I agree.
Raise your hand.
I feel like we
Raise your
should
hand.
have
Raise your
a
hand.
dialogue. There should be a dialogue going on.
I
you
think
know?
that this will definitely prompt some dialogue,
Yeah.
considering
You
a lot
can
of
raise-
people will die.
All right.
Raise your hand.
Use a soundboard sound when you have a
So.
question or comment.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first and foremost, that is honestly very, very fitting. I wanted to explain with the slasher format, or at least the format that the Scream movies follow, because it usually is split up between 3 different acts. So the first act is a lot of exposition. It introduces you to the characters, and it establishes the fact that there is a slasher. There is a killer, normally Ghostface, and all of the people that you meet in the beginning are people that, you know, some of them are going to die, some of them are going to be final girls, so on and so forth. So usually the more like iconic things that happen in the opening act are you have the first death, the opening scene. If you haven't seen Drew Barrymore get killed in Scream the original, go fucking www.youtube.com and educate yourself. This scene was recreated in Scream 5 by Jenna Ortega, but they kind of twisted it a bit. So Jenna Ortega was attacked and wounded, but she lived, and she then became a final girl herself. There's also a lot of exposition, as I said. There's always a character that's kind of like introduces the other characters to what's going on. This line from Scream 2022 is honestly iconic because it's so terrible and bad. She literally says, "Are you telling me I'm caught in the middle of fan fucking fiction?" That's a real line that happens. I cannot defend it, but that's where we are. So in the second act, it's kind of like, okay, everything's happening. The killer is fucking with you. Paranoia is rampant. Accusations are crazy, and a lot of people will be questioned. A lot of people will fight. Any kind of cracks in relationships between characters will come to light and will really like drive the story forward. So this is an example of just, you know, obviously two people are being questioned after someone's attacked. In terms of interpersonal conflicts, obviously, again, this is an example of Gale Weathers and Sidney Prescott, two icons from the Scream franchise, punching each other. And Gale Weathers actually gets punched 3 times. This is not really relevant to the presentation. I just thought it was funny. And in Act 3, this is when the final confrontation takes place. The killers are revealed, and final girls become final girls. So this is just more examples. I was just like browsing Scream on Tumblr, and I was really just invested. I love a good GIF set.
I'm sorry, but he really does look like Jerma right there.
I am killing you with hammers. This GIF set I specifically added for Elena because I know that she loves Ready or Not, and I think that she would love Scream 6. But alas, my baby is not here. And then with Final Girls, this is Sidney Prescott. She is the icon, legend, mother of the Scream franchise. Unfortunately, was not in Scream 6 because they didn't pay her enough. So fuck the writers. So let's begin. We're entering Act 1, and I would like to introduce you to your class of 2024. These are all the people that are involved. Shannon, I
Oh
will
my
say,
Whoa.
I
god.
thought about including you, but I thought it would be weird to include you in a presentation where you may or may not have died. So we'll say,
You're all
for plot
good.
reasons, you are in Syracuse living your best life.
Okay.
So among you, we have, I believe it's 14 people. Some of these people are going to die. Some of these people will be final girls. At least one of these people is a killer. Time will tell. Okay, this is just my personal headcanon for all of you. If you die, that's too bad. I'm right. So we'll start with the first death. How this is also going to
Ooh.
work is I have the tally up on the side of the screen. So if you die, an X is going to appear on
Oh
your
my
face. If you live,
god.
you get a check mark. If you're a killer, you'll have a knife. So, as I said, the iconic opening scene is a staple in all Scream movies. It's typically the false protagonist, as they say. So they introduce this character as someone who you think is going to be the main character, and then they fucking pull the rug out from under you. So, in this iconic opening, our first death of the movie is Hannah. R.I.P. Womp womp.
Mm.
Right.
I picked Hannah because I think that in another timeline she would have all the makings of a final girl herself, but you know, it just makes sense that she'd be the false protagonist in that sense. I think that she would give the killer a run for their money, and I think that it also sets up a reason for everyone to gather in the same place because it's just like a very sad and unexpected thing that occurs. Hannah's cause of death, mind you, a sexy masked person in Zoro cosplay torments her over the phone and then chases her around with 3 knives, and she bleeds out. It is a classic. The gays will love her, and they will dress as her for Halloween. Up next, we have a double kill. These people are the examples. Hannah was a one-off, but now we have people that have to establish the pattern of a slasher movie. And unfortunately, it's going to be Marin and Digby.
Oh,
They've died
No.
so
Damn.
early in Act 1. I think what happens here is Hannah has a funeral. It's so sad. Everyone gathers, and then Marin and Digby are like, okay, guys, we're gonna bounce back to Syracuse, but the killer cannot allow that. Once you are in one location, you have to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
these two are both joining Sarah Michelle Gellar in the ranks of Scream characters that were underutilized. They literally brought Sarah Michelle Gellar into Scream 2 and then killed her in the most like irrelevant fucking death possible. It was so sad, you know. That's Buffy. And again, this establishes the pattern and the idea that we can't leave the location. Their cause of death: a Cybertruck with a Tumblr license plate rams into the car and kills Marin in the crash. Digby, on the other hand, does survive the crash and makes it out on foot, but is so angry about the fact that there's a Cybertruck in their midst that the killer does get the jump on them. And both of our non-binary characters have been
Non-binary.
eliminated.
No.
No.
And with that, we've entered Act 2. Again, this is when the killer confrontations are going to get more frequent. It's going to be a bloodbath, and we love to see it. Are there any questions thus far, or comments, or concerns?
I will say I love the color scheme you have going on.
Thank you. Now,
That was a concern.
okay, I'm marking that on
And
my
a
note.
question.
So, the next character to die is the comedic relief. I think that we all kind of know who this is, but unfortunately, comedic relief characters do not always make it very far. They don't normally make it to the end. They're usually middle of the pack kills. So in that regard, we have Kat. R.I.P.
Oh, so sad.
I think Katie is someone who would encounter the killer and assume that it's like a bad joke, but it's definitely not a bad joke. The audience is probably devastated by this. I think the comedic relief characters are usually like widely loved, but they just don't get a lot of screen time because, you know. And I think at this point, with Katie having died, everyone is very much aware of the fact that our group is being targeted by a slasher, and we're all very paranoid and probably accusing each other. Probably like a real fucking game of Among Us at this point. Especially with me involved, I probably am like planting the seeds in all of your heads that like, oh my god, we're in a slasher movie, like it's one of us. How Katie dies, I would think that Katie's cause of death would be probably the campiest that the slasher franchise has ever seen. So she is chased around her apartment complex while Yakety Sax plays and runs through several Scooby-Doo doors, but it's a well-placed banana peel that fucks her over. She slips, and the killer gets the jump on her.
Not the banana.
John is probably in this universe. He probably had the good sense to stay the fuck out of it, but unfortunately, you know, now Katie got.
John had a thing. John had work.
He did. He had a shift at the Apple Store that lasted several days. Up next, we're probably like officially at the midpoint of the movie. This is when things really start to ramp the fuck up and where people decide that they either want to be a hero or they're just out to survive. So I think in this case, the hero of the group that would probably sacrifice themselves in some way would be Michael.
Oh my god, that's so true.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine
Real.
I would imagine like it's probably like in a big group setting. We're probably all gathered, fucking trying to like accuse each other of being the killer, and then the killers just get the jump on us, and it goes crazy. Michael meets his end while defending another survivor, either trying to create a blockade or being the blockade themselves, fighting the killer. It's very sad. It probably would be a very dramatic scene. Everyone gets a shot. Looking very sad. But I think that with Michael dying, it does kind of give room for people to rekindle any interpersonal conflicts that have developed in the midst of the killers doing their thing. This is his cause of death. I feel like this explains what I'm going for
Who's
better than
that?
words ever could.
Which of us is that being protected?
I don't know. Who
I
is Michael's
assume it's just a
sister kid?
symbol for all of us, right?
Who is the baby?
Um,
I don't know. It is all of us.
yeah.
So up next, we have the fan favorites. Unfortunately, in the Scream franchise, a lot of the OG characters are usually the fan favorites, but there is occasionally one that kind of jumps out and like really grabs the audience's attention, but they don't normally make it very far. They always get killed at some point in the movie, and it's very devastating because you would love to see them continue on with the main cast. But unfortunately,
Dewey.
that means B is cooked.
No.
A second plane has hit the Cuntagon, and the audience is very upset. I think that B is someone who will call people out on their bullshit, and that kind of like implies to all of us and the audience that B is not the killer. But obviously that ability to call people out would intimidate a killer and would make her a target. So I also think that B as a character is someone that the queers would latch onto, like the minute that the trailers dropped. Like there was a girl in Scream 6 that they did that for. So I think that she would be Stan Twitter's favorite. How she dies, male screenwriters, honestly and truly. Up next, we have the Historian. This one is a personal favorite of mine because it is me. I'm dead. So sad. Every slasher does need someone who knows the rules. There is always a character like this in the Scream movies who basically plays a huge role in Act 1 and explains like what the fuck is going on to all these people. But inevitably, probably when Katie dies, I think that I would fill the gap that she left as the comedic relief because there's only so much exposition that one can give. And I think that also whenever we play social deception games, I tweak the fuck out because I can't control myself and I get really paranoid. My cause of death, on the other hand, psych! I'm not fucking dying.
What?
And I know that this is controversial. I don't fucking care. I do not give a fuck. And I will say, prefacing this, if there was a real slasher, if this group was being targeted, my ass would not fucking die, and you can trust and believe. And I know that there are some people with a conflicting opinion, but it is wrong. I would not die in the sequel. Cue Mindy Meeks Martin, bitch. Spoilers for Scream 6, which I want to make you all watch because it's actually very good. But
In
Mindy Meeks
Scream
Martin,
2, the Historian literally gets killed.
correct. And let me tell you, Miss Thing, fucking jumping in here trying to take over the presentation because you don't agree. Again, bold, wrong, all caps, wrong opinion. Randy Meeks does die in the second movie, but it is hotly contested. The audience was not happy about it. A lot of the writing team was not happy about it. It was something that they threw in at the very last second to try and get a reaction out of people. His death was literally a dishonor to him and his character as a whole. They literally pull him into a van and then you don't even watch him get murdered. They just open the van door and he's covered in blood. It's the most ridiculous fucking thing ever. Everyone was mad about it. The cast was mad about it. The writing team, even though they fucking did it, they ended up regretting it. So then they introduced his niece and nephew into Scream 5, and now Mindy Meeks Martin, my lesbian queen, is the historian, and she has survived both Scream 5 and Scream 6, and she will continue on, probably as the main character in Scream 7. But inevitably, the historian does get attacked, but they always survive the first movie, at least the first movie. So, go fuck yourselves. Up next, we have the Rebel's death. This is someone who dies and kind of introduces us to Act 3. It's probably like a very public death, and very sad, but unfortunately, Fritz, this is your archetype.
Not me. Not me.
I think when we established the fact that it was a slasher, you made it your life's goal to kind of exist as a human fuck you to the slasher in any way that you could. I have written here, spite is stored in the balls and your balls are big. I think that you're someone who could easily be fueled on spite and pettiness if you had a dislike for someone. You have big hater energy, and I say that as a compliment to you.
Thank you.
It's crazy because sorry.
No, go
It's
ahead.
crazy because what?
Because I have a similar thing in my presentation.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Again, like, your death does mark our transition into Act 3, but it's normally like, it's almost kind of unceremonious, like they did this in Scream 5 where they just shot a bitch in the head and was like, I took inspiration from that clearly. The killer does just shoot you in the fucking face, and I think at that point
That's
it's
fair.
like, it's not even, they're not even behind the mask at that point. The killer is just in public, and they have shot you, and they have revealed themselves. So, we are now in Act 3. This is from that scene, actually. This is one of the killers from Scream 5. Spoilers. Not that anyone gives a fuck. And this is also our killer reveal.
Oh god.
Now, I would like to give everyone the opportunity, out of those we have left, who do we think the killer is? Out of the people on the right side of the screen who do not have X's or check marks on them.
I think it's possibly Sunny.
I'm gonna actually go with, I think, Siggy.
Oh,
Interesting.
I'm with Fritz. I think Sunny.
Interesting. Well,
Sunny's
Guys.
either the final girl or the killer, I think.
you may be
Yeah, I
disappointed to
agree.
learn there's actually a killer in the room with us right now, and their name is Patrick.
What? Oh my
Patrick
god.
Jeffrey.
Wait.
What?
Wait. I can
need the
see it.
explanation. I need the explanation.
I did this.
It's the twist.
I did this because I wanted to gag. I did it for the shock factor, okay? Your crimes: ginger, murderer, bisexual. Whether or not they're in their order is up to the audience to determine. I think that you're a killer who flew so under the radar the entire time that no one truly had any suspicion on you until you shot Fritz in the head. You are someone who I think could make being a deranged psycho killer seem very, very fun. Obviously, fictionally, I don't think that you would be a deranged psycho killer in real life, unless this presentation changes something for you.
It is speaking to me.
But Tumblr would probably adore you. You would probably be in a gay person's gift set for their own slasher movie presentation that they were presenting to their own friends. If that makes sense, it's kind of meta, but I think it would work. Oh, I forgot I did that. I forgot I put that.
Reveal.
The reveal. Yeah, okay. The spirit of RuPaul has compelled you to kill your friends. Your motive, I just kind of wrote that you're here for the experience. You know, you're down for anything. I think I kind of slotted you in here for the plot and the drama factor of it all, but I also just think, like, you know, You're very
What?
laid back. You're down for anything. You're down to experience.
100% this motive is me. You've sold me.
Beautiful. Well, if anyone is familiar with Scream, you would know that the killer doesn't usually act alone. They always have a partner. So we do, in fact, have a second killer. Do we want to make any guesses for this one? Do we want to stick with Siggy, Sunny?
I would take a random guess. I think Siggy's doable. I honestly think I'm doable, but I don't think I would ever agree to killing Fritz.
You would kill people?
I think I manipulate Cheech into doing my dirty work.
I could also see that.
Well, you're
I
all
can
wrong.
think Siggy.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
What?
Whoa!
It's never that fucking easy, people. Michael fully faked his death to make the jobs of him and Patrick easier. Dead people do not need an alibi, and it allowed Pat to kind of be there when the killer was present to make it seem like they themselves were not the killer. And then I think that Michael probably would have taken the opportunity to Mew under the mask anytime he was killing somebody. I think that's just in character for him as a person. His motive, Elena and I have a personal hatred of all of the Facebook AI images that Michael posts, and we bully him into putting spoiler tags on them or just deleting them entirely. And I think that is the one thing that would have driven him to insanity and made him want to kill everybody. So I think that between Michael and Pat, I think that Patrick fully had the capability to be the mastermind, but kind of just laid back and let Michael take the reins on this one.
Holy shit.
Now, our killers are revealed. We have quite a lot of people left. There always has to be a scapegoat. The killers have just murdered a bunch of people. They're going to take it out on someone and try and pin it on them. And unfortunately, Caitlin, you are the scapegoat in this scenario. I think that when we play social deception games, a lot of heat gets on you just for whatever fucking reason. And I think that the killers would take advantage of that. I think that in terms of like a writing and like a film perspective, I think that you're someone who the suspicion on you would be so heavy that it would just be so obvious that you're not the killer, but they use you as a plot device and accuse you 10,000 times anyway.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you do not live long enough to get an apology from your friends. Neither do they, because a lot of them are dead now. And the killers want to frame you in a murder-suicide plot to make you seem like the murderer. Your cause of death, the assassination of Julius Caesar, except it's gay, and there's only 2 senators, and they've killed your whole friend group. So, kind of devastating. Very sorry. Sorry for your loss. So our killers are revealed. All of our victims have been victimed. So now it's time to reveal who our final girls are. And it's going to be Sunny and Elena. Elena I wasn't sure where to place them, but Sunny was always going to be the final girl in my mind because I think that she just has a no tolerance when it comes to this kind of fuckery. I think that she would always... I wouldn't even imagine her as the killer, personally. I would only imagine her as the final girl. I think Elena is someone... Bitch, I know exactly what you're fucking weaving at. I think Elena is someone who is very rational, has the ability to keep calm in heightened situations, and I also just think that it takes a lot of luck to make it to the end of the movie, and I think that Elena would have the path of a character that like really had to fight to get to the end, as opposed to Sunny, where it was kind of just like a natural thing, I guess. And being that Digby died, the Gonzalez-Barrios survivability rate is only 66%, so thanks a lot, Derby. Their ending, I would say that it kind of splits between the two. I think that Sunny would take on Michael in a duel for the ages. I think like they are literally 2 titans in this regard of good and evil, and I think that they would beat the fuck out of each other. But Sunny would inevitably get the jump in one way or another because unfortunately the killer always has to die. Elena and Patrick would go toe-to-toe just because it's tragic, it's romantic, it's delicious, and I know that Elena personally would eat it the fuck up. But I think for Patrick, because I compared you so heavily to Stu Mocker, Matthew Lillard's character in the original, there is a theory going around where he is not really dead. Because, I mean, look, he gets stabbed, he gets shot, and then a TV fucking falls on his head. So I think it was pretty intended for him to die. But all of like the Reddit theorists have come up with this plot that he's not actually dead. So he might appear in Scream 7 after all these years. And I think that that's something that would work for you, especially as we go into our sequel. You may be asking yourself, what the fuck is going on? Why are Kiara and Siggy not here? That's because I made them sequel characters. I think that they both had the good sense to just not get involved in any of the mess, whether Kiara stayed in Hyde Park and Siggy stayed in New York, or if Siggy was in the Philippines or something. But both of them were name dropped several times throughout the movie, so they will make an appearance in the sequel. And I also just think that with the people that we have left, and also them, and also the fact that Patrick might still be alive, it sets us up very well for like a New York City sequel, which is exactly what they did for Scream 5 and Scream 6, and it just worked really well.
Big Apple.
So, this is our kill count. This is the order that people died, and also who I propose would have been the one to kill them. So, Michael and Pat did share the responsibility in killing 5 people each. I think you both killed 2 people individually, and then there was 3 shared. And then Sunny and Elena killed Joe, allegedly.
I can't believe.
Set
I
that banana
can't.
peel up
So
for
close
Katie.
to making it.
I can't believe you shot me in the head, Patrick. Point blank.
You know what sucks?
No
I bet in your
remorse.
final moment you thought it was me. Because it came from behind.
Yeah, you were probably like actively arguing with Caitlin and being like, "You're such a smug bastard," and then like fucking Patrick shot you in the head.
No doubt, that's exactly what
That
happened.
sounds like me. That sounds like me. We were on the phone together. I was accusing you of being the killer, and then Patrick comes up from behind and clocks me.
That's tragic.
Sources again, me. I'm right. And then also this is a picture that Sunny drew like over a year ago now,
awesome.
where it was Sunny, myself, and Elena in like a slasher.
That is so.
AU, and it's like something that I think about so often, and I'm so obsessed with. So I kind of tried to emulate that. I always kind of set it up. Get this fucking RuPaul out of here, bitch! Jesus Christ.
Reveal.
I tried to kind of set it up with the intention of going into the Scream, like the New York City sequel, so that's kind of why all of the Danbury, Connecticut, Torrington people got.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly to say.
But it
But
works.
any questions, comments?
I was gonna say, I like the Hannah first death as like us being drawn to Danbury. I think that's very realistic. I was thinking like, if it was me or Fritz first death, no fucking way people are coming to Torrington, honestly.
My goodness. I would have.
No, we'd probably have the funeral in Danbury anyway. I think it was great. I think it was very,
Yeah, it was
very
really good.
accurate.
I want to watch
As sad
this
as I
now.
am that I died.
I tried to breeze through it because it's long as fuck, and I know that we have other long presentations, so I will post a PDF if anyone wants to read and dissect and argue over why they should or shouldn't have died.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Very nice.
That was great.
was the Michael reveal kind of a gag? Was it a
It
gag?
was good.
That
It
was
was
a
a
gag.
gag.
That
I was
was-
like,
that
because
was
they
a
both
huge
they both
gag.
made sense when it was like, Mike's the one who sacrificed himself. I'm like, yeah, obviously. But then when Mike's the one who's also actually secretly the killer, I'm like, not obvious, but also obvious.
Word.
Hey, Fritz.
Oh, is it my turn?
You feeling lucky? Let's see. You feeling lucky, punk?
I don't know. We'll see. There you go.
Alright. Everybody, if you would please close your eyes together.
Eyes closed.
Eyes closed.
You know what? The P is happening, so I'm just gonna get things started. Oh wait, I have to change my screen setup so that it records it properly. Okay. You can open your eyes. Is this gonna be black? I'm waiting for the Fritz to come back.
And hopefully the Katie to join.
I was thinking like it would be very nice to have Katie or Sunny join, as I think it would be good. I think they would enjoy.
Katie said 8:45 the latest.
Where should I post my presentation? Was the appropriate channel?
I feel like either schedule or kick chat.
I think honestly
art.
movie or art, yeah. I'll say I am recording all of the presentations, and I'm gonna be like uploading it to probably YouTube and then just posting the link so people can go back and watch all of the presentations.
You're such an archivist.
I've been trying to archive more with things that we do online. Like, it's been
I
really
know, I
fun
like it.
getting all of, like, I should do it more because all of the Lethal Company stuff is really fun.
I love watching the highlight videos. No, I love having an archivist who's like video.
Mhm. I'm very
Yeah.
bad at archiving in real life, so I've taken to doing it on the interweb since OBS is really easy to use. For the most part, I'm like crossing my fingers that the audio isn't not there later. It seemed cool in
Yeah.
testing, so we're gonna see. I just have it capturing like my second monitor right now.
Mm.
All right. Fritz is back.
Oh, I was gonna check Katie's location. That's what I was gonna do.
I'm ready.
Did Katie say 8:45 the latest? Do we want to wait a second just for Katie?
She is at home.
You know what? I'm gonna go pee because I also have to pee, and I don't want to do it during my presentation.
Okay, go pee now.
Go, piss girl.
Austin, how long do you think the slasher Discord as a slasher movie idea was stewing in your mind for before putting it on that presentation?
Literally forever. Probably. I mean, I've always wanted to assign people like horror movie archetypes, but I kind of just pinholed everyone into the slasher because it's my favorite subgenre.
Oh, yeah.
I would say probably. I think that we did have a discussion about it when I made everyone watch Scream 1 and 2 with me, like last Halloween or maybe a year before that.
I remember the Scream watching. That was so fun.
That was really fun. I remember house sitting and just finding so much comfort in watching Scream with you.
I would really, really love to watch Scream 6 with you guys because it's the newest, but I think it's like one of the best additions to the franchise. Like, it's just so creative because it's in New York City and there's like so many things that they do that they don't really do in the other ones.
Okay. Katie is joining. Oh, sorry.
Katie?
Hello.
Hello!
Hello.
2007 Toyota Yaris.
Rip Katie's microphone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. So there is. You only missed Austin's, which there is
Oh.
either it was posted.
Reading.
It was posted, or
I'm on Discord. I'm talking to you. Sorry.
it was posted if you want to look at Austin's presentation, or I'm also recording it if you
Guys.
want the actual like
Ugh,
experience of it
jobless
being
people
presented.
want to do this. It's 9 p.m. on a Sunday. Hold on. Okay. I thought you guys were reading. I didn't know you started already.
Oh no, don't. Sorry, we did, but
Okay.
there was only
No,
the
it's
one.
okay.
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 I
Well, can I
don't
just know
worry,
the
'cause
topic?
I
What was
haven't
Austin's
started mine.
topic?
It was Society of Universal Friends, except we're in the Scream franchise. So it was
Oh,
basically where you would land in a slasher
what was
movie.
I?
You were the comedic relief, and you died at the beginning of Act 2.
Yay! Okay, thank you. That makes me happy.
Patrick.
All right, let's go.
I did kill you.
Okay.
Oh, you killed me
Wait, am I
specifically?
closing my eyes or am I looking?
No, 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 no.
Patrick
It's
also
ready. It's
killed
ready.
me.
Okay.
Patrick
You can look.
put a gun to the back of my head and shot me
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
point
they do
blank.
that to people sometimes. They're very unpredictable.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hello. So, as some of you may know, there is a specific game that, for
Oh,
some reason
God.
or another, I really, really, really enjoy and play a lot. Does anyone have any guesses?
RimWorld.
I know the answer.
Isaac.
Overwatch?
No, it's RimWorld.
Oh? I didn't know that.
And I love RimWorld.
Oh.
So, if you don't know,
Oh
this is
my-
my hours in RimWorld.
Holy crap.
How many
Jesus.
days is that?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, period!
Oh my god. Whoa.
That is how many
3.8
minutes, days, weeks,
months.
and months I've played RimWorld, or at least
When
had
did
it
you
open.
start playing this?
I don't
many
remember. I've
years?
had this for
It's
years.
been years, right?
Years. Yeah,
That's
if you
amazing. I
want,
did not know this about you.
I wonder if I could even check when I purchased it.
I'm gonna look at your team right now and
Yeah.
figure it out.
If someone wants to. So yeah, that's a lot of time.
Ole mole.
So
Whatever.
for those of you who don't know, you might be wondering, what is RimWorld?
Running simulator.
Ooh.
A bad game question.
In its essence, RimWorld is a story simulator. You know, you basically play, and unlike a lot of games where your objective is to win, that's not your objective here. Your objective is to create an interesting story and enjoy the experience. And RimWorld has a lot to offer. There's robots, there's war crimes, there's horrors, and there's love. There are a lot
Whoa.
of things in RimWorld. So, I would like to present to you all A Society of Universal Friends story by Caitlin Tate,
Beautiful.
with about 300 plus mods.
Oh my actual god. I'm actually
I
so
keep
excited
remembering how
for
you
this.
said you have like 60 something slides, and I'm so excited.
All right, so these are going to be our starting colonists.
Oh my god, we are
Can
so cute!
Can we talk about how dirty I have been done? Everyone
Fritz
else
got a
looks fun
sneak
and
peek.
attractive as hell, and then
We
I'm
are
this ugly ass bald little fuck in a brown
you are
blue
bald.
colored jacket, and I'm bald and I look so
You are bald.
ugly.
No, you
I'm
don't.
so
Okay,
mad
Sarah,
about this.
Can
You
I
made
feel-
me look so ugly.
Oh shoot, whoops.
if you have no hair, that's you don't
Okay,
have a lot to
Cook.
work with for like a little TV
Oh
sprite
shoot,
thing.
wait, can I like go back?
But it
There
still
we
looks
go.
cute.
I'm
These are
just-
all really spot on and really cute.
Austin has a better buzz cut than I do. Why
So-
am I fucking skin bald?
So I found.
Why are you so gagged? Why
I
are you
have
so gagged?
listen. I added a lot of there's a lot of mods. Some that include
Why
new
did you
hairs.
make me
I
look like
didn't
that?
know. I didn't know that Austin's hair existed until after I made you.
Girl, if you made
You
me
did
bald,
me
I would have
so
jumped through the
dirty.
screen.
You did me so dirty that I can't even begin.
All
You
right.
always talk about how you want to be like a hairless lizard folk thing. So
Yeah,
what do you want
but in a
about?
hot
You want to be like a
and sexy
hairless
way.
porpoise.
In a hot and
That is a hot
sexy
and
way.
sexy. You look hot and sexy. That's a
I
hot
do
little
not.
sprite thing.
I look
You do.
ugly,
You look like a being.
and I hate the color of my
No.
clothing. Ugh.
I didn't choose the clothing. This is the
I
default
know you didn't
clothes.
choose the clothing, but
Everyone
I
has
would
default
never wear
clothes and
that.
random
And I
guns.
would never shave my hair like that.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to disrupt.
Okay, it's okay. So
I like-
yes, we have Caitlin, Fritz, Digby, Sunny, Austin,
So cute.
Katie, Patrick, and Elena.
We
Now,
are so cute.
in
I can't
RimWorld,
take it.
each little pawn has their own stats and things that they're good at and traits. I'm going to simplify it a little bit. Caitlin is good at melee. She's a good shot. She's good at cooking, and she has okay building. Fritz is great with animals, okay with planting, okay with art, and good at intellectual jobs like researching or hacking. Digby is good melee, good shot, okay at planting, good animals, good intellect. I did my best to make these stats reflect people based on their careers or just the general vibe that they give off. Sunny, I think Sunny is a pretty strong person, so we got okay melee, okay shooting, great with animals. Obviously, you got like a bat scientist or whatever. Okay with medical. Okay with social, because I believe Sunny's just kind of out there, and good intellect. Austin, I don't know if you're good at mining, but I needed somebody to have good mining, so I gave it to you. I made you okay at planting because I could see that for you, and I made you have impeccable social skills because you're like
Oh my
the big
goodness.
brother, like reality TV. Like you're the deception, you're the persuasion of the group, and you're good intellect. Katie, of course, is good at plants, good at animals, okay with medical, social, and intellectual stuff. Oh my God, is that Marin?
Hello, the
There.
creature.
No.
Marin, you're just in time. I've just started my presentation.
La la. Good thing I didn't miss it.
Oh
And
my God,
Sunny.
Oh
everybody's
my god,
joining
I
now.
should have fucking
Yes.
waited.
Oh
It's
my
okay, it's
god.
okay.
Yeah, you should have
Welcome.
cared about it. Clearly.
Is everybody in and is everyone joining? Also, Sunny, you're muted.
Hello.
Welcome, Sunny. So,
Hello.
to just go back a little bit for everybody, this is my presentation on RimWorld of a colony that I made with all of our with 8 of people that I've chosen. So I went over Caitlin. For those of you who don't know, RimWorld is like a story simulating game. It's kind of played from the top view down. We have all these little pawns here: Caitlin, Fritz, Digby, Sunny, Austin, Katie, Patrick, and Elena. I was just going over a general description of their stats and traits. These are the things that you guys are good at, if you care. Patrick is pretty okay at melee, pretty okay at shooting, good at crafting, okay with medical and social and intellectual stuff. And Elena, you have okay animals, good art, because I feel like art exhibits a lot of things, and I just feel like Elena's an artistic person, especially with the career of acting association
Is Elena
stuff.
in here?
No.
Like in the chat?
No.
Where is she?
Watching Arcane.
Good with social and good at intellectual. Now, these are the stats. We also have a few traits for everybody. So Caitlin, obviously is trans. Fritz is vengeful, which basically means
Vengeful.
if someone
I
gets
love
on
the
their
different category
bad
this is,
side,
where you can be trans
they want them
and vengeful in the
dead.
category.
Digby, I just made eccentric to cover the general Digby-ness. Sunny, we have as tough. I feel Sunny is just, tough. That makes you less likely to have a mental breakdown, that kind of thing. Austin, I made you flirty, and the reason for this is normally in RimWorld, if somebody flirts with another person and gets rejected, it makes them sad and it makes the other person uncomfortable. By giving you the flirty trait,
That's your reasoning?
No, by giving someone the flirty trait, you're immune to that. People are, when you flirt with someone, they're just like, oh, that's just Austin flirting with me. Haha. And then they don't care. They're just happy about it.
Oh, period.
So you're immune to people being uninterested in your flirts, pretty much. No one will be upset that you flirted with them.
Yeah.
Katie, I made you psychic. You have psychic powers.
Because I moved it from
I love that.
Because I can move shit with my mind.
Yes.
I love that too. Thank you.
Patrick made you an optimist. I feel like you've always got a very level head to you, and you're good at just staying positive with the group.
I see that.
And then Elena, I made a very hard worker, just to have that bonus towards general work speed.
It's so cute,
as I
David.
feel Elena has.
Oh my.
Also,
It's adorable.
this is going to be very important. Fritz and Caitlin in this are married. Patrick and Elena are also married. This is just to try and avoid breaking up and other weird shenanigans that happen. So Shannon and John are not involved in the colony. However, they do still exist in the world. That is to just make it so Digby and Katie have relationships, so that, there's no awkward hooking
I
up
wanted
and
Austin
dating
to flirt with
between
me.
everyone. Oh, don't worry.
Oh, I will.
Don't worry.
Okay.
And then this is the last important thing that I'd like to mention before we begin. I forgot to do this with Sunny. Evan does not exist. Sunny is single.
This is why.
And I'm sure this won't cause any awkwardness in the future.
I approve of this message.
Is there sexuality in this?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll see that later at some point. So I'm just going to start off with day one. This is sort of a summary of this playthrough that I did with all of these characters. So we start off in the world at this little abandoned bunker. You know, there's rusted pipes, broken down cars, and a stairway that goes deep underground. I split the team into two. We have Fritz and Digby with their plant skills, planting some crops, cutting down some trees to get started on building, while Caitlin builds us a very bad bathroom. And Sunny, I don't think that you actually do anything the first day.
Mild.
Now, we have the second team go deep into the bunker. Austin, Elena, Patrick, Katie. They explore it. You know, there's not a whole lot. We get some pretty good gear. Food, medicine, some armor. We get a big gun that Digby gets. We also
God,
find
you're responsible.
a lion
That's a bad idea.
statue and a TV. Now, as the day goes on, you know, Fritz and Caitlin have a little date. Patrick and
Aw.
Elena watch the sun set as it
Cute.
falls on our first day. Katie, you meditate and you get the ability to stun people with your mind.
What? Just like real life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then we
Like
all go
damage.
to sleep in the
Like a
woods because I
Fushigi
didn't have enough time to build us a house, so we just have our little beds. Now, day two is going to start early because about 3 a.m., Elena and Patrick decide to get up to some lovin'.
Y'all.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Good
This-
lord.
In the
In
communal
the same room
bedroom.
as us?
Yeah.
This
You're
next one is
voyeurism.
non-canon, or yeah, I'll say it's canon, but Fritz and Caitlin decide to also join in on this. It's just some, you know,
The
you
parallel
you
fucking.
just
it
do a
came
little rub.
true.
Oh, this is yeah. Oh my god, the prophecy.
Yeah, so yeah,
Holy crap.
the couples have a brief fuck off.
Nightmare.
If you're wondering who won, it is Elena and Patrick.
I feel like Elena is always the character that gets pregnant if you make like a sim or something. Or whatever, like I feel like it keeps happening.
Chair pig.
Elena's fertile as hell.
Elena gets pregnant day 2.
Your ugly ass big gray baby named Cherfig.
Alright, so we finally build, you know, I get a little bedroom built for the rest of us. We have some dressers here, a few little like you know, bedside tables, just so we have somewhere to sleep inside. You
Sunny and I
know,
should have had a double bed.
we get started on the dining room. This is just an interaction that Sunny and Katie decided to have.
You're useless as tits are full, Katie.
Am I quoting Gone with the Wind or something? What is that from?
I
forget
think
what movie that's
so.
from. I think so. Wow. That's crazy.
I would never say
I love that.
And then day
I
2
love you
goes
too.
by, and we all go to sleep in our new little bedroom.
I care deeply what you think, Sunny.
The next day, I remember that we have a lion statue, and I put the lion statue in our bedroom here.
Let's go.
Austin gets to some mining, like Austin does. Digby, Elena, and Sunny do some fishing as we, you know, get some food for the colony. Fishing mini games, and I bring Caitlin into the bunker to get something, and I forget to take her out, so she wanders in there for about like 6 hours doing nothing.
Lord.
Also, Fritz gets pregnant.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Leave it at
We
the
won
same
round
time.
2.
Not the Rimworld Empire.
Y'all, we haven't even built the baby room
I
yet.
thought you made me the male.
I made you a male, but I made it so
Yeah.
you're able to get pregnant.
Rimworld
Oh my
Empire.
god.
Rimworld
The
Empire.
M-Reg.
Part of the mod that makes it so you can make people trans makes it so you can make it so people are either able to sire a child or carry a child. And I made it so
Sounds
you
like
can
this
carry
game.
one and I can sire one.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Day 4, we finally build like a little kitchen and butcher area just to get meals ready for everybody so, you know, we don't starve. I also continue to work on the dining room. Elena gets some potato chips that we looted from the bunker, and we put in our TV. It's a little tube television. And suddenly, we get a notification because a crate with a goat called Dudley has crashed in a transport pod, and it is badly wounded.
Would Doe be like a female?
I don't know.
Oh, I missed this. Sorry.
Diddley,
Okay.
you can see, is very injured on the left, and there's not
Diddley,
much time.
no.
Diddley is bleeding out.
my God.
They have
Oh my
1,002% bleeding.
Holy
They're dying in
crap,
2
Odd.
hours. We do what we can, and Sunny makes it to the scene just in time to patch Diddley up and bring them
Yay.
home so that we can rescue them and hopefully have them join.
Do we have a goat?
Yes.
Day
Diddley.
5. Diddley is sleeping. They do
Oh,
have a
Diddley
minor
squat.
infection, as you can see here, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that.
Gunshot.
I don't know where the gunshot came from, but they do have an infection in their body. Sunny, you do the best you can to patch up Diddley.
Aww. That's my son.
Austin, this
daughter.
starts the great flirting era of Austin as you
Flirt
flirt
with
with
Diddley?
Fritz,
Beautiful.
talking about
Ah,
how
Diddley.
you learn craps. Fritz turns his back on you.
Learning craps? Oh,
think
like
it's a
the game.
Like learning how to poop.
You also
Oh,
decide to go after
wow.
Katie very quickly, boasting of your
Oh my
own brain
God.
power, which Katie ignores. We get started on building a little research area to research new technologies. We decide to use this old abandoned building we found. I shit you not, it was made of human bone. I don't really know why. And then Diddley died. I forgot about their infection. They died.
Oh my God, that was my child.
That was my daughter.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh my
jeez.
God.
Diddley dies. We make good
Oh.
use of Diddley's body and
There's
decide to
like a
butcher
ball
them.
under
Infected.
his head. What the heck? Was that the body?
Yeah.
Rance.
We turn
Oh.
Diddley into a good meal, don't worry.
Taxidermy.
Katie,
Pet.
in your
Oh.
sleep,
Oh,
you
so cute.
develop a new
Thing.
psychic ability. You have the ability to cause people to go into psychic breakdowns now
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Mentally ill.
with your mind.
Oh my God.
And day 6
so cool.
ends, and day 7 begins. Nothing happens on day 7.
Like at all?
Austin just kind of flirts more.
What the fuck, you guys? Nobody wants this?
Hey,
A golden
away.
stone.
Gold.
Baby, you are a golden
That
stone.
must be a glitch in the
Baby,
game.
you are my golden stone.
I
Did you
love
just turn
that.
your back on me?
I remember.
Damn.
Yeah, that's literally all that happens.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna just take a quick intermission after our first week. You can see a little like a display of our current base. You know, up here we have some onions and cotton growing. Down here we have some coffee. I was growing some coffee if we wanted that, as well as the RimWorld equivalent of weed, which is smoke leaf.
Oh,
Yeah, we have our little
Nice.
bathroom. We have a generator giving us power. Our stockpile of resources. A little dining room. Just some general information of what's going on. So I know RimWorld is a little bit like in terms of looks, it's a little unconventional of what you might know from video games. So does anyone have any questions about what they're seeing or about the game in general or the story?
I don't have a question. I have a comment.
Yes.
I've been watching you play RimWorld basically since I've met you, and I've always been curious about what it would be like to play, and I think I might actually buy it after this.
Yeah, this looks so fun.
It's very cute and nice, and it's very customizable to tailor your experiences. I'll go over like some other things about it later, and we'll quickly see things are going very well so far, and I'm sure they'll continue that way. So there's no further
That sounds ominous. I feel like maybe they won't.
further
Subtle foreshadowing.
questions or anything. We can carry on. Now, I'm gonna go forward a little bit as we have day 8 to 19 heading up. So I built a little graveyard. We had some bodies lying around. I don't remember where they came from, but Pat gets busy burying a body. Meanwhile, we continue working on our little research center. You see, we have some research benches because we got a lot of smart cookies in the colony. we see Elena and Fritz quickly go into their second trimester for pregnancy. It is sped up in RimWorld.
I love that they're synchronized.
Just they're like a day after each other, pretty much.
But weren't they both having sex at the same time?
Yeah, but then one
Oh,
came
sex
from the
were-
second
okay, I
time.
see.
I'll be honest, there's a lot of sex that I didn't take pictures of.
Oh. Word.
Digby does some hunting,
Oh, freaking
kills what is the equivalent of a buffalo, but it's called a muffalo in RimWorld. Does some hunting there. Comes home late and walks in on Elena and Patrick doing it. This is one of the other pictures I
Can their
have.
characters like get uncomfortable still? Like, would they react
No.
to walking in on it?
No, they're
Why
fine.
haven't we made our own room yet?
They're so
You
chill.
guys are good, honestly. And no, that you guys never get your own room. This is the barracks. This is the commune bedroom.
You guys are
and we all
exhibitionists.
share.
That's cute though. I
Yeah.
It's
guess.
cute that they're having sex in there.
Yeah.
Well, like,
We're
know,
all
What are the
close
covers?
Like that.
if you just close your ears.
Let me get on that.
Everybody else is sleeping. Don't worry. See the Z's? And then we also build a little nursery to get ready for the babies coming in. We have a little toy piano there, a box of toys, a little heater, and a few cribs for the babies. Just getting ready. I will say, everyone's starting to get a little cranky because we don't have a Discord mod or a Vorp Feaster.
Warp.
God.
Also,
Oh my
Katie,
god.
Katie, you get the ability to make people go berserk and attack people indiscriminately.
Is that different from giving people psychic breakdowns?
Oh yeah, it's very different.
Oh, cool. I'm so powerful. I'm the hero.
So yes, in RimWorld, there is a religion/ideology. I've tailored ours around Discordness, so people are just upset that we don't have certain roles being filled in our commune.
What?
So excited about that every day.
Patrick gets started on making a sword as we kind of get a little production area started for like weapons, clothes, that kind of thing. And Austin continues
By initially questioning.
Oh, she's becoming more receptive.
Okay,
That's right.
we're getting there. Impishly.
And then Katie asks how I'm doing, and I say being single has its advantages. I don't know why I said that.
Not being
I am
single.
I'm
Rubbing it in the
definitely
face
married to
online.
Fritz.
It says
Husband and
not
husband is
being
so
single
good.
has its advantages.
Oh,
Yeah, you're just
I
rubbing it in my
misread that.
face.
I misread that then. I
Yeah,
didn't
no, you're
catch
just
that.
like, haha.
It means you're haha, I'm
my
having
hair.
good sex.
Yeah, it means
Yeah.
I'm winking. Haha, I'm
Remember, not
having
on our
sex.
commune. I love that it's a husband's comma best friend. That is so cute.
Yeah, we get along really well. So we do get a few traders that come by. Austin, with your
Oh.
incredible social skills, you do buy 2 cows for us.
Oh,
We do have a few cows.
You
Austin's
flirted
a good
with that.
provider.
Also, the pregnancy enters the 3rd trimester.
Do we look pregnant?
Who is
No.
that person? Who's
Okay.
Jackson?
that's the
Jackson
traitor.
is a random trader that wandered in and sold us some cows for their milk.
Cool.
Next up, we finally have harvested our smoke leaf, and Caitlin gets ready to roll those into
Wheat
some joints
farm.
for everybody.
Beautiful.
Oh, I bet.
I'm sure you're very excited.
Priorities are in order.
Austin, you
Yeah.
do a lot more flirting. Oh, I apparently added that one twice. So
The
yeah,
village whore.
one of those we've already seen, but yeah, you do
That's
flirt
my
with
role.
Elena more
Smiles.
You're flirting with a
by
pregnant
questioning
woman.
her family background.
Oh.
And then we reach day 20.
Like, where are you really from?
Elena is in
Oh.
labor.
Oh my god. Exciting.
So we all gather
Freaking
for
die.
the pregnancy, of course. You know, this is a member of our community. We're all
Yeah,
gonna
we were
be
there for the
of course.
conception, there for the birth.
Yeah,
My
so we
God.
all gather. The only one who doesn't gather is Sunny. I don't know what happened. She gets stuck in our
Maybe she
production room.
disapproves that they conceived in front of everyone.
I would also like everyone to realize Sunny is our doctor. She is the one who's supposed to be delivering the
Oh
baby.
my god.
Yes.
When you started saying I want everybody to realize, I had a moment for a second where I forgot that you're not like being a DM right now, and I thought I got like sat up because I thought you were gonna say I want you to roll for something. It was a weird reaction I just had.
Yeah, Sunny is the person I assigned to help through the labor. She got stuck. It is just not around. But do not worry.
Sorry, bad doctor.
Elena gives birth.
Oh my
to a beautiful baby girl.
Austin delivered
Look
this
at that
baby?
bald little baby.
They're
Yay!
big. They're big.
Did Austin step in and deliver this baby?
I think Austin just kind of picked the baby up, since Austin is really
Canon.
good at.
Baby.
It's canon. I'm the
Austin,
nurse.
yeah, Austin's very good at social skills,
I'm a
which
midwife.
makes Austin very good at.
Good with
Like
newborn
being with
babies from
kids,
5
yeah.
minutes ago.
And then Austin quickly brings the baby to the dining room to
Oh.
Where we're smoking? Are we
yeah,
smoking?
to feed the baby while
Oh.
Sunny smokes a fat one in their face.
Oh my God.
As Katie meditates on her psychic abilities.
It
Yeah, I'm
kinda
trying to
looks
give
like
your baby a
Austin is
psychic breakdown.
breastfeeding.
I'm trying to lift your baby with my mind powers.
As we can see, we have a little baby chair pig.
Oh, the eyebrows!
Oh,
Ew!
Oh,
Alright, see, now I'm
Welcome
realizing
to the world,
Chair Pig
Chair
is not a
Pig.
baby.
A beautiful baby chair pig.
Oh my god.
I would also like to point out, chair pig is gay.
yeah.
Oh, good. Well,
Hey, baby.
That's their only trait.
all that matters.
Day
Ugly
22 rolls
gay chair
around.
pig.
And she's a lesbian.
She is.
Oh, is Chair Pig a girl?
Yeah, chair pig
Yeah.
was born a girl.
Mannish eyebrows.
So, as
No.
you
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm judging this baby.
as you may remember, Fritz became pregnant a day after Elena.
Mhm.
But not before Fritz is accosted by Austin looking for a hookup.
I'm heavily pregnant. I do not want to hook up with you,
I'm like
Austin.
a
I'm
nurse.
the
Third
second heavily
trimester.
pregnant person in a row that they flirted with, so I'm
I
sensing
know.
a pattern.
Literally an hour later, Fritz goes into labor. We all gather around.
From
This
the
time,
stress of
Sunny
being flirted
is
with.
here to deliver the child,
Thank God.
and soon, a little Digby Jr. is born.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow.
Hold on.
Honestly, we're all thinking.
I think
We're all
one of
thinking this,
the mods conflicted.
Fritz,
I
you
knew
need to
someone was
explain
gonna
some things. This is so sketchy.
There's like
Oh my
a recessive gene or something in one of them.
Oh,
The traitor.
Jesus Christ.
But Digby,
This was actually, I faked the pregnancy and I just found someone else's baby because I don't have
Baby?
sex because I'm asexual.
that's exactly
That
what
leads
happened.
Traded Jackson for his baby.
Oh no, I'm gonna
the
do
domino
all
effect that leads to you
Digby-
from being asexual to kidnapping somebody else's baby.
Digby Jr. is born a healthy, happy little baby boy.
Your eyes.
The rest of us go to sleep.
What was Digby Jr.'s trait?
I didn't go over it because it wasn't important.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Oh, but what was
you
Genetic
that?
might
related
notice Fritz is outside on the ground. That is because I forgot to
Uh-oh.
take a picture of it. Fritz died during the childbirth.
Oh
How do you get a child?
And we just left him outside?
So,
so fucked up.
Oh.
Oh my
so
God.
Austin started to take Fritz's body away, but got
Oh
tired,
my
so
God,
left
it was
him
me!
outside and just like went back to sleep
Because they rejected you, so you just half
and just left you there.
Oh my god.
This is so dark and fucked up.
Wait, how-
Anyway,
I think I'm the,
Yeah, but
I'm the
You're
villain.
evil. You might
that's
be.
not. That doesn't spontaneously kill you.
Oh,
day 23 rolls around. It's been a very tragic day. However, we decide it's time to elect Austin as our Discord mod. Being the one with the highest social
This
stats.
is so bad.
You
We're
offer
putting the
your
flirt in
thoughts
power.
on
This
your
is
strength
so-
and
I-
how you
this
will
is
leverage
like-
them.
Girl.
Austin's evil rise to power.
I think I'm literally evil.
you might be.
Don't worry.
You're the catalyst for a
We
lot of
have
stuff going on.
a wonderful funeral for Fritz. As part of our
Aww.
religion, we leave you out into nature to be returned to nature.
Yeah.
Austin spoke about sports.
I feel like that must be so awkward if you do it in a place that we frequent.
I
Because
put
like,
it
what's the
guys-
point?
I
That part of
put
the
it
woods
a
roast, you're gonna
little
see the
far away.
decomposal, the decomposition process.
I put it just a little far away.
I want to go back and see them shit their pants. Postmortem.
Also,
Oh.
Caitlin has a mental breakdown and goes catatonic upon losing
Was
their
that
husband.
me?
But you have a new
Oh,
baby
okay.
to take care of.
God.
Day 24 to 25. A criminal surgeon named Tony has arrived and wants to join the colony. Now, Tony is not a normal colonist. Tony's a dragon.
Oh,
Wait, she's kind of cute.
And
Oh, wait.
not only
The fact that I died before Tony could come and take me away.
not only is Tony a dragon, but Tony has angelic beauty. They're so
Oh.
beautiful, everyone is happy just being around Tony.
Oh, I'm about to jump
Hot
on
evil
that.
person.
Why were they a criminal surgeon?
That's just their job in a past life.
Dr. Miami.
But suddenly, a manhunter pack arrives. If you're wondering what a manhunter pack is, it is a group of animals that have gone
Take a
mad
guess.
and are attacking anyone
Oh.
they see. In this case,
Oh.
a group of lynxes? Lynxes? Lynx?
Cute though.
It looks cute, but they're quite
I actually don't know
deadly.
what. I feel like Lynx
Group
should
of
be
links,
cool.
call that a chain.
I
Hey,
quickly
that was
have
good.
everybody line up, guns in hand. I don't realize this at the time, but Elena is carrying Digby Jr. into battle.
That is a weapon.
Just be this is crazy.
Not her own child.
My baby's more important. Get rid of this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the right
Where's
child.
Elena?
Oh my god.
Elena's trying to
Digby
get rid of
Jr.
him.
is like the baby
Elena
from
was
The
like, I like this one
Incredibles.
better, actually. Oh my god.
The battle is quick, and we quickly dispatch the lynx as they
that's good.
are shot.
Fucked up.
The day ends, and Caitlin wakes up the very next day. And then I get a message that I have been dreading for quite some time. A message that has really chilled me to my core. And if we open that message, we will see that to me, Sunny, you're as beautiful
Oh,
as the
dear.
bright spring.
Oh wow, it didn't take you
So
very
messy.
long.
And Caitlin and Sunny now
John,
are in a
where's your infant
relationship.
baby?
Fritz's body isn't
Wow.
even cold yet. My
It has
God.
been-
Rotting away
It
in
has
the woods.
literally been 4 days.
You're in the woods shitting their pants post-mortem right now, and you're flirting with Sunny.
I like how it's described as now want to sleep together.
This is
4
so
days.
messed up.
Caitlin had a
man.
lot of in-depth thought going on during that catatonic episode.
What
Moving
is
on.
this? Oh, I'm scared.
Day
This is
27.
awesome.
Day 27 things
So
go a
good.
little bad. So, not in the way you're
It's in
expecting.
Yeah.
How could it be worse?
So, I will remind everyone, there's 300 mods. I get this weird glitch where everyone's invisible, or some people are invisible, and the screen keeps lagging and tearing at weird moments. Digby and Katie, Sunny and Caitlin are just gone. You also see like a gray screen keeps popping up over and over again.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
how this happened. This is not the first time that something like this has happened to me. I did my best to fix it,
And you caught us having
Patrick.
sex.
and I did catch you guys having sex. So, like I said,
Or
this
like
has happened
rabbits.
before. Whoops. How do I? Next slide, please. So yeah, I tried to fix it. There wasn't really any luck. I've had this happen before. Again, 300 plus mods. The last time that this happened, it was caused by a skeleton riding a horse. I don't really know why. Anyway, I fixed it like literally a day later, so everything's good. Everyone can be seen again. I just thought I would include that. Real quick, we're going to skip ahead because we have day 27 to day 39. We get 2 new colonists. We
Please
get a
let me
little
fuck them.
demon named
Like,
Merak and a vampire, like a Nosferatu-ass looking vampire named Yuriev.
Yuri.
Eastern Europeans.
So yeah, we recruit both of them. So one thing to know about Yuriev is there were a leathery stranger. If you want to know what that means, you can read here. But the gist of it is they can deform the flesh of living creatures. They just have this ability.
Oh.
I don't know why.
She's like, don't worry, guys. I only used to murder animals. That's crazy.
So Austin, of course, we send you to
I
recruit
mean-
Yuriev.
That's in character.
Also important to know, Yuriev, being a powerful Nosferatu, has the ability to resurrect fallen colonists.
Oh,
Oh no.
I know what you're thinking.
Oh my god.
I know what you're thinking. Fritz has already been eaten by animals.
No.
What the fuck?
I tried, but they were gone. I went back to look like, oh, is there a pinky left? You've been taken by nature. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Beautiful.
So yeah, I forgot to.
Uh-oh.
So, winter has come. Food is low. Winter means no crops. We can't grow our food anymore. I've been having Digby hunt as much as we can. Wait, where was I going with this part? Oh yeah. So as you remember, we just got this new devil guy, Naraksh. Naraksh was not Naraksh. Naraksh was actually the creature.
The creature.
So the no food made Yarach get very hungry and reveal their true form, and then they attacked Austin.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Did they
god.
live?
Wow.
Oh
So-
no, did Austin die?
Yeah, their true form was a mime, and they go
I would have
after
given you something to
Austin.
eat, bitch. Damn.
I don't
That's
have
a
anyone
mime.
nearby, so I send the best I can, Digby with the big gun, and I do shoot them down. Yarach dies. They're dead. The mime is dead. And
Damn.
Austin, you get saved by Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick stabilizes you
Yes.
and brings you back home. And that's going to lead us to day 40. I don't remember what day I ended off, so we're just going, I don't remember. But starting with day 40, Austin, you have an
Oh, God.
infection. And we know how infections go around the colony.
I just
Austin
want to.
died.
I just want a romance.
We do our
Austin
best to save you, but if I'm being honest, the infection's pretty bad. And it's so bad,
I
in
thought you-
fact, that I actually have Katie try and amputate your arm to save you from the
Wait, I
infection.
thought Austin died from the attack, like
I
right away.
stabilized him. I stabilized
Okay,
him.
okay.
Oh my
Oh, okay.
god.
I'm gonna
Yes.
use my brain powers
Your,
to fix you.
your arm becomes infected, and I try to amputate it. Katie
Qualified to do that.
has pretty good medical stats.
Okay. Doing surgery.
However, Katie fails.
Oh my.
And basically, like, ruptures your arm open. You're bleeding all over the place. We do stabilize it, and eventually you actually just develop an immunity to the infection, so I didn't need to amputate your arm at all.
I could see myself starting to do surgery on Austin, then being like, actually, like, kind of losing steam halfway through and being like, oh.
So yeah, it was like, I just, like, kind of tore your arm up for no reason. I apologize, but you're okay.
Oh.
Then Caitlin goes catatonic again.
Oh.
Caitlin's been very upset, despite having a new partner, has still been very upset at the loss of Fritz. Again. So
He never
yeah.
moved on, he just rebounded.
Now
about
with
the
food
babies?
low, we end up making a little temporary greenhouse with this sun lamp. At this point we're very desperate for food. I've forgotten to mention it, but Digby's been hunting literally everything possible. Even like otters. That's how desperate we are at this point. They're not
That's
they don't
sick.
even have much meat on their bones, but we're desperate for food at this point. Yuriev, as you remember, the little vampire, Nosferatu looking motherfucker, I forgot to mention, his vampireness is so powerful that if he goes in sunlight, he just like knocks unconscious. He just goes to sleep in the sunlight. It's really annoying. Also, he's a different religion that's vegan and also wants to like attack other people. So he's been really annoying to keep track of,
Aggressive, annoying vegan.
and I decide to arrest them and just keep them in prison. I never talk about them ever again.
No.
Now!
We are fucking
We're
under
We're fucking
attack.
under attack, guys. We get raided by Gonzalo's devils.
Oh my god.
No, not those
And
guys.
Oh,
they
wait,
literally they
family.
drop in directly on top of us. These are their little transport pods here. They just jump inside of our barracks, inside of our bedroom. Meanwhile, Caitlin is catatonic in the corner right there.
I do that.
No, this is your spot. Never mind.
They all jump out.
God.
Fisher, Takumi, Gonzalez of Gonzalez's Devils, and Adrian. Guns loaded. They all died. I forgot to take a picture, but they all died. We kill all of them. I'll be honest, at this point we had pretty good guns. Digby had the big gun. they're just kind of in a room. We shoot them very quickly. Now, as you probably remember, we have been having issues with food, and these colonists are currently starving. Katie, Elena, Austin, and Sunny are all starving. So what do we do about this?
Cannibalism.
Oh,
Stop!
yeah.
What is happening? What is this?
they're starving. Look at how skinny they are.
Oh my
Literally
god!
so.
We're hungry.
is-
The point is, we're
Bro.
all very hungry. And
I don't even have an arm. We could have cooked that up.
in
Shit.
our religion, cannibalism is disapproved, but it's
Well,
not that bad. You know, like, we don't like it, but we don't hate it. So Digby gets started on cooking some long pork meat for everybody. Katie, you're not able to wait. You eat that shit raw.
Where? Was it from the people that attacked us?
Yeah, we butcher them.
Okay.
We butcher them, strip them, and butcher them. Digby, you get started on meat. Katie, you don't wait. You eat that shit raw.
I'm so hungry.
And now, I would like to take this opportunity to do a mental health check with our colonists, because things have been pretty bad for a while.
God.
Everyone's starving. Everyone's really sad. Like, everyone's like, oh man, Fritz was my friend and they died. Kaylin has gone catatonic twice, falling to death.
You get for moving on way too fast.
Things aren't great. You know, Caitlin does wake up. That is good. Caitlin is awake again. Austin does go berserk, meaning they will attack
That-
anyone in sight.
Unfortunately, probably very in character.
Yeah, so you get berserk. You attack anyone in sight. I have to put a quick stop to this, so we have everyone beat the shit out of you. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Everyone just circles around you and beats the shit out of you until you're
Now,
down.
Austin did not get a break.
At least we got more food.
This is common Discord mod behavior.
And Caitlin, despite waking up, goes on like a booze binge and just drinks from like whatever booze that we've scrounged up, passes out in her own vomit inside the dining room.
Ew!
Oh my god.
Grody, what the fuck?
What's that?
This game was so cute.
And then Elena
40
goes
days ago.
catatonic.
Yeah, this took such a dark turn.
Yeah, oh my god.
The winter was rough. The winter was long, and I misjudged how much food like 8 to 9 people would eat. It gets worse.
Oh,
Oh.
fucking God.
Oh boy.
So, I have also not mentioned this, but this thing has been wandering around the map.
nothing.
Oh,
This is a giant blizzard spider.
Can we keep him?
The blizzard
Pretty cute.
spider that I decided not to deal with earlier eats Patrick.
Oh,
Oh,
oh my
no.
god.
It
oh dear.
it just eats you. I didn't see it in time. It
Oh.
took your head off in one bite. Now, we do unfortunately have to deal with the death of Patrick now. And we
But can
do...
you resurrect?
No, because we arrested them, and I also forgot about that.
Oh my god.
We do eventually take the spider down thanks to Digby's big gun. But, it had babies.
Oh.
And one of the babies eats Toady, our new dragon.
Oh no.
The evil doctor?
Yeah, the criminal doctor has been eaten by one of the babies that I forgot about. So, at this point, we just lost 2 colonists very quickly,
Fucking hell.
including our new Tony.
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 Are the babies okay?
Well, let's get to that, because this is
Oh,
going to be
dear.
the final day.
God.
Now, marriage is on, everybody.
Oh my god.
I know that there's been some pretty rough times, but don't worry, 'cause Sunny and Caitlin decided to get married.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I don't want to go to this wedding.
I'm like
I don't
very. I'm concerned about you.
It's been 30 days, and Caitlin's decided it's time to move on.
My husband died 30 days ago. Who gives a fuck?
Yay.
Horny. I'm horny and I want to have sex in front of my friends.
Now listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This isn't an example of someone's mood.
Minor.
This is how upset people were currently. Part of our religion
Just
we're
actually-
really into astrology, and Caitlin thought that the stars were a bad omen for a long time, That is
My
equal.
Cadillac.
That is equal in badness to their husband dying.
I'm just gonna say, my friend Patrick died -3. My friend Tony died -3. Craving dessert -12.
I also made us all
That's
crave
real.
dessert.
That's very real. That's
Sweet
so
dreams.
real.
You know, things were bad. I've quarreled with Sunny, the
Oh,
love of
I'm
my
sorry.
life.
I'm like, damn, I just want dessert.
I'm jealous. I slept in cold. You know, this is just me who's getting catatonic like 5 times in a row. But the point is, everyone's very upset. Austin goes catatonic at this point. You know, Pat literally just died. But you know what? We've been through a lot. But the crops are finally ready for harvest. We start to get raspberries ready for food. You know, the winter is finally above freezing temperature almost. It's been negative like 16 this entire time.
God.
It actually gets warm enough that we can begin planting our crops again. And you know what? The babies, they're healthy. Elena has kept up the hard job of mothering these 2 childs. Even one that is not theirs.
She seems to prefer the other one that's not hers.
And you know, things are not great, but they're not bad either. We've lost a lot of people, but we're staying strong. You know, we have a steady, decent supply of food again. Austin's catatonic. Everyone's really sad, but we're alive. You know, and I would just like to give this opportunity to take a quick little look at our base again. We have this cute little ideology or religious room that we put up just to celebrate. You know, we have like I didn't mention this, but we have like Discordies that we do at the end of the year. We have some like game time opportunities if we want to. And you know, this has been about 50 days, I think. A pretty decent amount of time. But this isn't the end. This is just the end of the beginning. The Society of Friends will survive. And one day, they may even return. And I would like to thank you all. The slideshow and playthrough is
Amazing.
dedicated to all the wonderful friends, all of you who I've come to know and love. And I love all of you, and I'm sorry if you didn't make the cut. 8 people is a lot. You normally start with like 3. So, maybe I'll do this again with like other people and make it even bigger and more chaotic. So, this is the end.
I love it. That was amazing.
Amazing.
Well done.
I was done so dirty in this.
And I would like to just do a little credits
That was amazing.
as all of our little
Cute.
colonists, all of our little colonist moments.
Cute.
Rip.
These are so good. I love that.
That's a little portion I didn't include where DJ like starts hunting these creatures and they get really mad and attack him.
It smiles.
Smiles.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I love I love the themes of persistence and survival. I'll just see it.
That was amazing.
Nod off Austin's arm and then
Aw.
go
That's cute.
Mhm.
They get gored to death.
Aww.
Elena's outfit is so cool.
Yeah, Elena got a really cool one.
A nun. I thought her hair was a hood for a second.
And
Aww.
that's the presentation.
I love that.
So that's 2 for 2 presentations where people have died.
Yes.
Will we continue the streak into presentation number 3?
Who's going next?
What was the
Oh,
first
Sunny,
one?
did you have a presentation or no?
I didn't end up finishing mine.
Alright, yeah, no
But-
worries.
That was a half-fast presentation.
So we have, I believe, 2 more, unless I'm wrong. We're going to
Oh.
see who's presenting next.
What was the
Oh,
first
it's random.
one?
Okay.
So
It
Austin had a
was I
presentation.
put you in the Scream franchise. I put a small element in a slasher movie. I put it in actual goddamn art if you want to take a look
Yeah,
at it.
I'm
Oh
also
my
I'm also
God.
recording all of the presentations, and I'll be posting that shortly once this is
I
all
wanted
done.
you to be
Dang.
here, Sonny, but I got picked first.
It's okay. I fell asleep. But you know how obsessed I am about that.
All right, let's see our next presenter.
Fred.
Fritz,
Whoa. Whoa.
looks like you're up, hot shot.
I'm up. Damn. Okay, well, if you were hoping for people to die, in a way. So everyone close your eyes. Hold on.
Oh.
I need to figure out how to stream.
Why are we closing our eyes?
Okay.
Am I allowed to join right now? Or
Can we click?
Yes, you can click now.
Okay.
system updates?
System updates presentation, because there has been so much that has happened in such a short amount of time. And I feel it is necessary to go over it. Keep in mind, I did have to add a disclaimer at the end of this. This could all be false information.
What? Really?
Yeah, things may have changed as of today. Don't know. Can't say for sure yet. We'll see. This is the updates. Welcome back.
I
Phantom
love
System
this.
has
It's like a software update. Like,
Mm.
okay.
the updates. The Phantom System has undergone major overhauls and is still in progress of reconstructing. Please be patient with us while we figure out what has happened in such a short amount of time. Things I already said. So there is color-coded text because multiple people worked on this presentation. You will mostly see blue, and you will see black as well. So that is Cage and the old host, as we call them. Fireball's in orange, A11375. A1 with the sauce is in gray. Neither of those two really talk, but these two do. Yeah, most of the presentation. Okay. So, we now have a new alter that is co-hosting with the old host most of the time. And you may not notice many differences because they sound very similar. They look very identical, actually. And they like pretty much the same exact things. They do pretty much the same exact things, except that Cage is, and we can see that he wrote in blue text, funny, hot, sexy, and cool, and not anything else that anyone tells you. Actually, what's the word? Abrasive, paranoid, emotional, delusional, obsessive, and intense.
Not the drama.
Cage seems to think that they are the most important piece of the system. That is debatable. So, the reason why we split is because of an inability to express emotions. So, basically, what you have is Cage, who's responsible for all of the emotions, and the old host, who's responsible for having logic and reason and the ability to hold themselves together. So potentially being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, what you have is this thing called black and white thinking, where something is either the worst that has ever been and will never get any better, and the best thing that it has always been, and the greatest, and nothing can go wrong. Cage has just not, like, can't go beyond that. So you'll notice, like, when Cage was talking about what to wear to Peter's wedding, it was very much like either I wear something really nice or I wear nothing at all, and like couldn't get past it and had a trouble figuring out what to wear. That is very typical of Cage. Cage also will say things like nobody likes me, or thinks that people are like out to get them, or that everyone hates them, which is not true, but we're working on that. And Cage is also the alter who fronted during large lapses in memory. So if I've ever had any kind of blackout, specifically during like emotional episodes, because I would black those out and had no memory of them. Or it would be like a day later and I would be like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm fine. Like, why would I not be fine? And that's because Cage was the one who was fronting during but he is not responsible for the lapses in memory. He was just the one who was fronting during the lapses in memory. And I will get to that later. Does anyone have any questions so far? It's a lot of information.
I'm following.
Following.
Okay.
We be following.
Okay. So meet Cage. This is our new co-host. What?
I'm not that picture.
Yes. So this picture. Sorry, we're trying to hold it together right now. This is okay.
You got it.
Cage. Can I come over and be strange and intense? That is very much the vibe. A lot of memories from like 2014 to 2015. Cage will like play League of Legends, which is something that we did in like 2014, 2015. Listens to The Killers, and
So
what else does Cage do? It's just it's everything. It's like when Cage is like, "Oh, I want to watch this movie." It's like, "Oh, you mean a movie from like 2015?" Or you want to listen to a song? Oh, like something that we listened to in 2015. Like, yeah, that's when it started. Cage identifies with the body the most. So more than the old host, Cage is like, "This is my body. This is where I live." Cage likes to do all of these things that we do together. Dancing, writing, drawing, very creative and very emotionally intense. So anything that involves like a lot of emotions. Cage is the one who has been drawing obsessively our D&D character because Cage is obsessed with our D&D character because Cage is obsessive. And does a lot of the art, writes a lot of the stories. Cage is Effie's favorite alter. That's just true. I don't know. Cage pets her in a way that she really likes, and she'll come up and like cuddle when Cage is fronting. Cage got high and had Fruity Pebbles, and it was like the most insane thing that ever happened to them ever. And they're also like, "Oh, we're tall now, and I like our hair because they haven't been around for so long." So it's like, "Oh, this is cool. I like this." So I'll be going over the timeline a little bit, but the big thing was integration. The original plan after Cage introduced himself was to make Cage the new host of the system. Cage assumed that because it can feel all of the emotions of the other alters and had a lot of our repressed memories, that they could just become the new hosts with no problems. That did not happen, girl. Cage gets overwhelmed very, very easily, especially in situations where there's like two different things happening at the same time. Like thinking like, oh, all of my friends hate me, but then why do they want to hang out with me? Like they can't put it together. Um, so this did cause a rift, and Cage uses all pronouns. Cage is gender fluid. So this caused a rift in her plans to become the new host. And we've seen this multiple times that they're like, I'm fucking exhausted. Like, I don't want to be fronting right now. So we're co-hosting, trying to maintain the balance between feeling those emotions, validating those emotions, but also like taking them down a little bit and just being able to like function as a person, because Cage does not function very well. And the system in general has changed a lot, with specifically Cage coming back into the picture. And the system is potentially much smaller now. How much smaller we will see, because as of today, it could be a very much smaller, but we'll see.
Transitions.
So the big players, and I already mentioned these four, but we have our big players are Cage, the old host, A1, and Fireball. And I put all of these fun little gifts here. This was Cage when they first started fronting, for real. I like these two right next to each other. That's pretty much having our Joker moment. Double date me and my second personality. So true. Okay. The timeline. How did this happen? So obviously we got a new job. We started working at this new job. And while we're at work, Ivy is like all up in my business. And she's like this, and she's like that. And she's like, oh my God. And so I'm like, Fireball, get up here. What the fuck are you doing? Like, this girl needs a leash and a muzzle. Get her back. I'm working. And then Fireball's like, I'm busy. Boy, what are you busy doing while I'm up here with Ivy's up my ass at work? We find that out. So later, I was driving to walk some dogs, and I black out mid-drive. Like, I don't know where I am. I don't know what is going on. Can't remember anything. Can't remember how I got there. And that's when Cage introduces himself. And it's like, I'm gonna be the new host. Guess what, everybody else? I'm the new host now. And that lasts for about a week. And then the cracks start to form, because you can't just take over and say, sorry guys, I'm in charge now. So Cage starts freaking out and is like asking old hosts for help. So now we're agreeing to co-host. And it's not so much fun having to be the host all of the time, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Then we have Fireball and A1, who are simultaneously having identity crises. And basically the entire system is struggling with this realization that we are all one person, which is very shocking for Fireball and A1 specifically, who are looking at each other and like, how are we the same person, you know? Because they are very different. This timeline is so wacky. It feels so disjointed when I read it out loud, but I'm like, oh, it all connects in my head. But I'm like, how does this relate to each other at all? And then we have Fireball wandering around Headspace with bandages all over their face and their wings cut off. And that is their attempt to have a face, which from Fireball's perspective, from what I understand, was like struggling with not being human. And so I think with Cage reintroducing themselves, like looking like a human, acting like a human, wanting to be in front, in the body. And then I think a lot of the other alters were like, damn, I want to be in front, in the body, and feel good about being in the body and not just being like, this is kind of like what I look like and I'm not really a human. So that's what Fireball was doing. Then all of a sudden, Fireball wandering around with bandages on his face. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Because you're saying that you're Fireball, but you do not look like Fireball. So now these alters are now most of the rest of the system. Is what Fireball decided to split into and divide. There was a lot of division, but also like conglomerate that made it smaller. So I think Fireball got everybody together and was like, okay, well let's all like fuse together, and then made like a couple more. So we'll get to that. So our new or old question mark alters. So the list of current alters that we have seen wandering around Headspace, being active, fronting. Fluffy, Fireball, Dragon, Cage, Ivy is still there, but Ivy and Cage are very closely related, and we will talk about that later. The old host, A1, Moth is still there, but does not front very much. And then we also have Smiley, who is a whole other can of worms. So where is everyone? What happened to the 25 alters that were part of the system? So although we didn't fully integrate, lots of the alters have been smushed into a much smaller group of active alters, and the ones that did not, a lot of them are more dormant. So if they are not like listed here, they're probably like either dormant or just kind of like not really needing to be in the picture right now. So we have Fluffy, which has Wolf, Eve, and also parts of Fireball. Dragon has Emerald, parts of Fireball, Racer. There's 2 Fireballs. So originally we thought there was like 4 because Fluffy was calling themselves Fireball. Dragon was like kind of not really calling themselves Fireball, but was like, yeah, like I'm definitely part of Fireball. And then there was Fireball, and then there was another Fireball. But we'll get to that. So obviously parts of Fireball and Jumper in this confusing scenario. And then we have Cage, who has parts of everyone, but has specifically like Sam, Husk, Chaos, Ripper, Xavier. Chaos specifically is very interesting because I do think that Chaos was an intended agent from Cage to try and be like, hey guys, I'm still here. Because Chaos' key feature was that he was very paranoid and obnoxious. And I see that a lot with Cage. So then the old host has taken on Peppermint, Sarah, and Rex, as well as like being the old host. Those more logical, reasonable sorts of people. And we're not really sure where all of the pieces are, but it's an estimate, and we'll see. I don't know what's going on in there. But now the great thing is that most of our alters have much more in common with each other. so it's less it is less like shocking when we switch between alters. We can kind of switch between alters without it being like a huge shift in the way we walk or talk or anything like that. So we can switch much more subtly. And how do the pieces integrate together? So you might be thinking like, oh, well, all of these pieces are just gone, but that's not true. Um, so many parts of the altars have combined into a smaller group, but this doesn't mean that they don't exist or that their individuality has been stripped. They still have all of those individual characteristics. They're just like combined with each other. And each altar maintains a sense of self that is noticeable. So you can, like, if one of them is fronting, they will notice, oh, this is a part of this part of me, if that makes sense.
It does.
And there is less dissociation between the parts. We can work together more seamlessly. Everything is still very messy, though. It is just very messy, and the parts are loosely held together by like duct tape and glue. And sometimes, if they are triggered specifically, they can become like independent again for brief periods of time. Because I've noticed that, like, oh, this altar is part of this other altar, but then it's also like, if you are specifically triggered, then you will like come out. And that I put that in there specifically because of Ivy, but I'm not sure if Ivy has integrated with Cage or what's going on with that situation. We'll get there. Okay. My robot, my sweet, sweet little robot, A11375. I put all of these beautiful gifts here that we can see to embody.
I love the bottom right.
Me too.
Yes, that's exactly what they look like. I like this one from Futurama too, because I think it hits the nail like very much on the head. This one too is pretty good. You couldn't possibly understand you're an organic.
New slur just dropped.
Filthy organic.
So A1 is a huge player in all of this because A1 has held onto a lot of specific feelings about like perfectionism and being a machine that's purpose is to like serve and not to feel. So that kind of like really sparked something. And A1 maintains their independence and integrity because of how strong they have that specific feeling. And when A1 fronts, it's always talking about like, I'm broken, I'm not supposed to be this way, I'm supposed to be a machine that does not feel. Which obviously, when paired with Cage, who is the exact opposite of all of that. So A1 and Cage are kind of like exact opposites in that way. So that's why A1 is a big player, because it's interesting to see those two parts coming together and having to learn to work with each other. All right, and now we're getting into our alter introductions, our new alters. This is Fluffy. Very much like the wolf skull, the fluffy wolf ears. Fluffy.
I remember that drawing.
Huh?
I remember that drawing.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Hot.
Oh. Fluffy has a very interesting dynamic with Fireball, and we will get to that, but so Fluffy was the original alter that after Fireball had the bandages on their face came up and was like, I'm Fireball. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You had bandages on your face. You show up and you're like 10 feet tall. What the hell is going on? That's when I knew something was wrong. So Fluffy holds on to the part of Fireball that feels uncomfortable being inhuman. So that's why this, and you'll see why. You'll see. And look at our beautiful little man. He yassified himself. He used AI generated images. Oh my god, I need to go. So this and this were the result of using of Fireball trying to like fix their problems on their own instead of like, oh, maybe I should face this feeling of I don't like being a human. Fireball was like, I'm just gonna be a human and deal with the rest of it later. So then we have these two. And Fireball's been walking around with bandages on their face. That Fluffy shows up. That all of a sudden I'm like, okay, like you're Fireball, like it's not that bad, like you'll be okay. And I noticed that Fluffy was more like sad and just not like, when you think of Fireball, you think of like really peppy and like out there, like drinking margaritas, listening to rock music, eating cheese. And Fluffy was very much like not that side of Fireball, but the emotional side of Fireball that has like issues. This Fireball shows up and it's like, oh, that's where that part went. And then goes up to Fluffy and then they're like hanging out together. They're like taking pictures. I'm like, this fucking dumbass. This fucking dumbass. Why do you look like that? What are you fucking doing? Ugh. Annoyed the shit out of me. But anyways, I mentioned that there were two Fireballs now because Fireball's original body is still in the system, but doesn't say anything.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this mute Fireball, we have this dumbass Fireball, and we have Fluffy, who they have a very close, very cute relationship with each other, and we support that because self-love. And what is Fireball cooking? So we all know about the wandering around with bandages. There's the picture. That's like just some sketches. In an attempt to become more human, and it didn't go as planned, but did get split into a human and non-human alter. At least one, because we're going to talk about the other one. But Fireball may still be cooking something. And that something that they may be cooking might be finished today, but I don't know. I don't know. So I'm not going to go into what happened today, because we got to figure that out. And Cage just caught Fireball talking to people, like in a hushed voice, and been like, what are you? Who are you talking to? What are you doing? So there's some scheming going on. There is some scheming. So our next new alter is Dragon. Believe it or not, very difficult to find an image of just like a generic black dragon that has no horns or anything. So this is the best that we got. This little pickeroo here. I love this pickeroo. We have Mike.
Aww.
Mm.
And Dragon is very similar to Fireball. Caitlin, what do you think the differences between Dragon and Fireball are? What did you say?
One likes wing scratches and one likes tail scratches.
They both, well, obviously Dragon likes tail scratches, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think human Fireball has fronted.
I don't think so either. But yeah, Dragon has
Human
been around
Fireball
quite a
fronted
bit.
once when we were high and Digby and Shannon and Marin were over.
Ah,
You remember that?
I do.
Yeah. That did happen one time. But Fireball has been suspiciously quiet, which is like insane for someone who was like co-hosting for several months.
Well, Dragon has been much more active, I think.
Dragon has been much more active.
Maybe that part's with Dragon.
And we have Smiley, which is an altar that we have not talked about because Smiley only exists in Headspace. And Smiley's job, like I said before, is to take away memories
Oh.
by hitting people in the head with metal sides.
Bonk.
So true. So Smiley is kind of like freaks us out a little bit because maybe don't do that. So Smiley probably won't ever front, but does control like who remembers what.
That's spooky.
Yeah. A very threatening aura, especially with this just smiling face
Oh, looks like a Kenshi
and the
character.
mechanical parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, very like menacing, very authoritative. Like, you will not remember this. I will make sure of it, or you know, keeping those memories safe for us. What? Alrighty, and Cage dating?
Yes.
Yes. And then Cage is like, well, we had a thing in the past, and I guess we're kind of back together now. And she trusts me because I can feel strong emotions, including anger. But I have better judgment than her. Okay. You have better judgment than her? Really?
Are you sure?
I don't think so. I think you both have the same judgment. And I think that judgment is very bad. And that's my tea. But they are like kind of together. They're together in a weird way where it's like Cage is disinterested, but is willing to entertain it for like the drama, you know?
Oh my god.
It's like it's really just for the drama of it all. When those two get together, bad things happen. It is never a good thing when those two get together. It is never a good thing. You always need to have at least one other person there. All right, to be continued, work in progress. In our self-love and healing era, all of this info may be false. I can't stress that enough. I don't know what's going on.
It was true
This
once.
was my best update. It was true once. It was true yesterday.
Thank you.
Any questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question.
Yes.
So when we're talking about Fritz, is that old host and also Cage, and like what's that referring to? That
Forgot to put that in the slide. But in the PowerPoint. But Fritz does refer to the old host and Cage because they are now co-fronting, working together.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Cage does like still sometimes like to be acknowledged as like separate.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fritz
Aw.
or Cage or whatever.
Gotcha. I just want to say we love all of you, every part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even
thank
Cage,
you.
you bitch. I still love him. And you can tell him that.
Oh, he knows. Trust, he knows.
Oh. That was a good presentation.
Thank you.
I learned a
My
lot.
Yeah, that was interesting.
my self-indulgent altar presentation that I created
That was
to
It's
Well, I'm
really
glad you
good. It's
self-indulged
really
because I feel
good
like
to
I learned a
get
lot.
get to know
And
you.
I feel very informed.
Share
yes,
yourselves.
I like to be informed about your life. I like that.
Thank
Brittany.
you.
Thank you for that.
Woo!
Thank you, everyone, for listening to me.
yay. I'm peeing and I'm taking my contacts out, so give me like 2 seconds and I'll have mine ready.
Woo!
Oh yeah. Hi,
That is
Michael.
not that long. I'm sorry.
Well,
I didn't
hey,
realize
Here
what the
now.
we
time
don't know
was.
if you're going next,
So, Mike,
Katie.
please
We don't
stay.
know if
Please
you're
stay.
going next yet.
911, what's your emergency?
We have to roll the wheel. We have to roll the wheel.
Okay.
I have
Roll
my
those dice
power
for me.
presentation.
I feel confident, and
Katie,
I
think
really
was on
feel like
before
with
you.
my psychic powers that it's gonna be me.
Let's see.
But I didn't know that the vibe was like 20 plus size. Like I did not.
That's okay.
I can't see the screen right now, so I have no idea what's happening.
There was
It's just her name. What's going around? Is it the blip thing?
Yeah.
It's not my period, so stress and the presentation can have a different. Hell on
Alright, Katie's up next.
I love the Star Wars fan.
Boy.
Oh shit.
Katie, you're up.
Alright, let me get it all good. E. Okay.
A man has fallen for a want you in Brooklyn.
How does that mix? Okay, hold on. I'm pulling it up.
I just
It's a
read
bit long,
through
but it is
the.
opinionated, so. Michael,
I
you don't
just-
stay for this, I'm gonna kill you.
What? What
Also,
am I
where's
doing?
Elena? Can she join or no?
She's watching Arcane.
She
I wanna
died.
hear this. Okay, hold on. Let me stream.
I
Evan's
just
on
read
mute
the
right
slasher
now.
movie one. I would not kill any of you, I promise.
Thank you. Michael, are you gonna stick around? Please
Yeah.
stay.
That's why it's
Please
such a
stay.
good twist.
Lies.
I
Wow.
wouldn't kill any of you.
Who
Can
dat?
everybody see this? How do I do the full screen? I don't actually know.
League? Ill.
How do I play?
A
Hold on,
League
don't look
player?
yet.
Oh,
Don't look yet.
I didn't.
Oh, I'm so. I
Don't
looked.
look
I looked.
I looked just a
Tell
second.
Evan
alright.
to play
Can you
League
guys
with
see
me.
Can you
I
see
can
this?
see it, but it's still the full presentation.
Yeah.
Like I can see
You
the
can't.
You need to
It's
sign.
not in
start the
presentation
slideshow.
mode.
It's not.
You need
No.
to start the.
I did. I hit
slideshow.
start slideshow.
Are
Are
you
you
sharing only the
sharing the right
window?
screen?
Yeah, share the
I
screen,
shared
not
this.
the
Hold on.
window.
Don't look at the others, please. Oh my god. Oh, the screen. Okay, entire
Yeah,
screen.
screen.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay, thank you. Don't look at.
I'm
Okay.
not looking. I'm not
Enter
looking, but I am looking.
Oh, that's the
Okay.
that's the wrong one too. Hold on, guys. How do I fucking do this? Hold on.
I fucking crap.
On the bottom right.
Oh
on
my
the bottom
god, I
right.
actually don't know how to. I
If
don't know
you
how
go
to
to
do this. Don't look at it.
go to slideshow.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, let's go.
Oh.
Okay, so this is about my disdain for the Lindt chocolatier man. If you know, I hope that everybody knows what I'm talking about, and if everybody, not that I wish this upon you, but I'm assuming everybody has had the displeasure of seeing this sexually charged, uncomfortable commercial where he's there with his stupid whisk. Also, I really wish I put a slide in here about how that's not even a really like efficient whisk to use for chocolate making, but I forgot that I didn't realize until just now that I never actually put that in. But I looked it up and it's not really that like. There was another kind that would have been way better, and so he's really not. My glasses are dirty. Hold on. Let's see. I'm cleaning them. Okay. Hang on. Okay. So basically, the guy in the commercial, he's not a chocolatier anyway. He's an actor. But also the guy who's playing him is literally like a famous tennis player from Switzerland. So that's total bullshit. And then I'm
Wait,
pretty sure
that's
since
Federer?
yeah, you know who this guy is? I had to look him up.
What
I don't
the
know.
fuck? Yeah.
It's
who's-
Federer?
Wait, it's
He's
Federer?
You
like,
guys all know who this is?
he's
Oh
like,
my god!
You guys all
he's
know
like
this guy?
either number 1 or number 2 best tennis player, best
Oh,
male
okay.
tennis
Well,
player of
he's
all
also a
time.
really good liar because he's never made chocolate.
Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Okay. So basically,
I think he started with
they
he's an
have him.
actor
They have
and also happens
an
to play
attractive
tennis.
man. Yeah, he sucks. No offense. Well, I mean, I guess a little bit. So I'll get into this in a second, but Lynch does claim that they do have chocolatiers that are real, but they didn't even use one of them. I guess they're not like sexy and perverted enough to be in their commercials, so I don't know. They had to make up a guy that doesn't actually exist, and they had Roger Federer play him. He did not go to culinary school. He does not. He does not know confectionery arts. So I'm kind of slamming him here. Okay. So Lynn, like I said, Lynn claims, or Lynn Master chocolatiers are real people and classically trained chocolatiers. I don't really believe them. And they say that they like design all the chocolates and whatever. And like, it's factory production. You are not in there with your stupid little whisk making and wrapping every little piece of chocolate. Your disgusting, perverted, creepy sexual predator hands have not touched the chocolate that's going in my mouth. Although I bet that's what you want. So if this guy is being credited, this guy specifically, look at his creepy eyes. I don't like how he's looking at me, and I don't like how he's looking at the chocolate. It makes me uncomfortable. And I'm a sex positive person, okay? I'm a horny bastard. I don't like him, and I don't like the energy that he brings to the table. Okay, so if he's being credited with designing and making and whatever and wrapping all these Lynch chocolates that we're eating, then I should be credited with inventing every single new Dove body wash by that same logic. So I don't buy into this. I think it's absolute nonsense. Are there any questions so far? Everybody good? Okay.
I'm still stuck on
okay.
Federer.
Yeah, I don't. How do you guys know who that is?
I like tennis.
He's
All
like, so I just watched a show that talks about Federer because the whole plot of the show is that the guy was going to be really good at tennis. And so he's like, yeah, I beat Federer in a game and then tore his leg. And so half of the show is him being like, oh, I beat Federer.
Damn. All right. Well, yeah, I didn't know that either. I mean, I just thought it was just a creepy actor. I didn't realize it was like a female. I don't know why they use him, but apparently he was the
like
original.
a very famous tennis player.
I mean,
Yeah,
Swiss.
I actually don't know if this is him in this picture. I don't think this is him in this picture, but it might be.
It
This is like
sounds like he's the original though.
That's not
yeah,
him.
this has been going on for way too long. So, okay. So here's the so it's they're not up in there making all the chocolates. They're made in factories. There's no way. It's not. It's improbable. Okay, so even if that was the case and they were all making all these chocolates themselves, what he's doing is perverse. It's a sick perversion of the craft of chocolate making. I don't like how he looks at it because I can't imagine, even if you are a chocolatier and you're in like a little whatever mom and pop bakery, you're not. Why are you lusting over it? Like, eat it or not. Or don't like just. I don't understand. It's like he's looking at it like it's his child that he's raised from birth, but also like is deeply attracted to. It's so there's something real weird about it. I don't trust it. So that's where I'm at on that. I don't like it. Like, stop it. Knock it off. So I found a study.
Oh
that,
my actual fucking
into like kink shaming and like just public perceptions of like sexual deviancy and perversion. So I do have this chart here, this bar chart about like people who were surveyed about like how they kind of perceive the dangerousness of certain aspects of sexuality. So it didn't rank. I would first of all, I'm categorizing this as like fetishism of chocolate, kind of like Willy Wonka-esque. So it obviously ranked lower than like pedophilia. It was pretty close to like how people view hypersexuality. And all these are stigmatized. I think rightfully so. Pedophilia is stigmatized the worst, but it wasn't considered a high threat. But it was considered to be more intentional than hypersexuality. So that was pretty statistically significant. Okay, the p-value was 0.001. Okay, under 0.001. So he's doing this intentionally, and it's despicable. And you should kill him with hammers. That's what I'm taking from this. So if we're assuming that this is true, the fetishism is more intentional than hypersexuality, this is deliberate, and he's making everybody uncomfortable, and I want him to stop. Okay. So I'm gonna go. I don't like his hat. I don't like it. I don't like any chef's hat, so that's just my opinion, but his is particularly creepy just because of who it's on. I think in general, I didn't do any research into this, and I won't. I don't think that they serve no purpose. It's just to be like, look at me, like I don't understand how it stays on their head because most of the time they're so tall that they should just be falling off. It kind of fucked with I feel like I would love Ratatouille the movie a lot more if it wasn't for the stupid hat. I know in that movie it serves a purpose that he's hiding in the hat, but I just in general I don't think it's necessary. It's very much a status symbol, but it looks dumb, so I can't even take it seriously as a status symbol.
Can we get Caitlin's take on this as someone who's been in culinary? What's the purpose of the hat?
I like the hat. I've worn this hat for like 4 years.
You shouldn't. It's ruining your beautiful face.
It's there to prevent hair from falling in, obviously, but it's mostly it is just like a style that's developed.
Put your hair in a ponytail.
I'll say the tall one is to I believe there's some sort of deal where it kind of represents.
His hair is if his hair is gonna go in the chocolate, it's gonna go in. Look at it. It's on the side.
Yeah, obviously for here it's just the style. It's for the aesthetic, but I believe it is traditionally used, and it also shows kind of seniority, not seniority, but position, based on your position in the kitchen of sous chef versus executive chef, that kind of thing.
He looks like Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
I can see
that. He does.
And
it looks fucking dumb. I don't like it.
I don't remember if it's this hat, but the tall chef hat is designed in a way that each fold represents one way you can prepare an egg.
Are you serious? Wait,
yes.
Each what does? Each pleat?
Each fold, yeah. Each fold represents one way you can prepare an egg.
What can you do with eggs?
I don't know if it's this hat, but I know it's the tall hat. I don't know if the fold.
Nothing, because he's not even a real chocolatier. Also, how is that thing standing up? Look at that little chocolate orb.
He's got a ratatouille under there.
Falling over.
Oh, you mean the chocolate?
Yeah, the chocolate. That's nonsense.
That is not a real chocolate.
That's absolutely
Look at the scale
That's
of it.
animated
That
as well.
is massive. Also, the Lindt chocolates do not look like that. They don't have 2 rolls on the top. They just have a little dot because they're made in a factory. You're right.
Exactly. He didn't make this himself. It didn't come from the farm table. He's absurd, and I don't like it. Okay. So I think those hats look dumb, but I think that his is particularly threatening to my eye, and he should take it off. And also, even if I'm going to accept it as a status symbol, I don't think he deserves it, because I know he's not up in there making those chocolates himself. And it's misleading to consumers. Okay. So, I feel like I have to address the fact that this is from a Lindt commercial, by the way. This is a still. So, it also feeds into this whole idea that, women like chocolate because they're naughty and they're giving into their dirty, sexy indulgences, and it's somehow conflated with sex. And it's just a thing that happens that I don't there's always those commercials of women eating Magna bars in the bathtub. I don't get it at all. So I just think, obviously, like I said, I'm very sex positive, but I don't think that the movement is exempt from this kind of criticism. What are we doing with the chocolate and women? It's weird. I don't understand. It feels anti-feminist in a way. I'm a naughty bad girl, so I'm gonna just spank me because I want to eat dessert. And I feel like they're here's an attractive man making dirty bad chocolate for you dirty bad women, and he's up there with his whisk and he's being all sensualized, and it just feels insulting to my intelligence, and I don't like it.
Do you think that's an expansion? Or do you know it's do you think it's now they're men can feel sexy too for eating chocolate? Or do you think this is...
I mean, they haven't really demonstrated that. I haven't personally. Or do you mean me feeling sexy making the chocolate?
I want to see a man get rock hard eating chocolate on a commercial.
I want to see the Lindt man make chocolates for a man and not a woman. And
the man, God, that would go so good.
The man eats the chocolate in the same exact way.
Sweaty hard naked men making out.
The man gets 2 of the Lindt chocolate balls and then puts them in his mouth at the same time in front of the chocolatier.
I think that would be
there's a really long chocolate bar in between them.
Yeah, a long one of those Lindt, a chocolate bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be a big improvement. I would love to see that. I would love to table flipped a little bit like that. That would be better. because it's been decades of this, and I'm sick of it. I'm addicted. I'm literally genuinely addicted to sugar, but I still find this deeply insulting. It's not sexual. It's just a sugar addiction. It's a separate thing. Okay. So I think he's up there, and they have him like it's all slow motion, and he's like gently dripping the chocolate over. I'm like, will you stop it? You're making a mess, first of all, and second of all, I'm not into it. I just think it's stupid. So, and again, I did mention this, so I should have put a slide in there. It's not even the right whisk for chocolate making. And you know what? I actually looked this up, and I found some people. You can barely see it here, but whatever. Like I had found some people being like, "Oh, I actually kind of want that whisk. Where can I find it?" And Lint dangles this whisk in front of people's face too, and makes it look all efficient and cool and great for making chocolate. Apparently, it doesn't really exist, and you can't find it anywhere. It's just for the commercials. So that's bullshit. They don't really use those to make chocolate, even if they were all making the chocolates themselves. Chocolatiers, like they're not using those whisks, because they're not. That's not like a real type of whisk. It's just for this. It's just for show. So that's also misleading because even if you wanted that whisk, you can't really get it. So that's unfair. Okay. Here's my thought. I think that the Quaker Oats man is a much better execution of this kind of idea. Like, if we want a man in there to represent making some type of food for people, like, I would trust him a lot more. I think he has a friendly face. He has a face you can trust. I don't feel like he would hurt me or harass me. Also, he's not trying to take credit. He's not saying I rolled all these oats myself. He's not up there like being all sensual, rolling those oats out on the table. He's just there. He's like a pacifist Quaker, and he's humble. I think that he's a very humble energy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's about the humility. You can't pretend that you're up there making all the chocolates yourself when you're not. It's misleading.
I'm very glad you brought him into this. William Pence
Me too.
is goated.
I love him.
That's the guy who invented Pennsylvania. I'm not even kidding.
That's what he done. Yeah, I forgot. So I trust him. So because also the Quaker religion advocates pacifism. I don't know what, if any, religion doesn't chocolatier practices, but there's a dark, sinister energy to him, and I don't think it's anything good. I think he's up in there making like chocolate pentagrams or something really creepy. Also, oatmeal is good for you. Everybody should eat oatmeal. Keeps you
Michael raised his hand.
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah, what's up?
If there was a commercial about the Quaker Oats man with his shirt off, sweaty, rolling oats, how would you feel about that?
I would enjoy that, but also I feel like it would be coming from a more genuine place, and I would think that would be more acceptable.
He's a man of the earth, just
I
rolling
think
his oats.
He would do it with a bit of humility, and he would do it in a humble way that's like, I'm doing this because I love it and not because I want you to feel like dirty about it.
I agree.
You know, he's more genuine about it. I think there's something very kind and sweet about him. Michael, what was your question? I'm sorry.
Well, can I make a comment?
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm backing this point because I agree with Quaker Oats man. Because the Quakers are members of a sect of Christianity called the Society of Friends, and I feel like
I think that the name of our server is based off the Quakers.
It wasn't the Public Universal Friend a Quaker?
Mm-hmm.
They were like
so there we go. So now there's a religious aspect to this too, where about Quakerism.
Wait, can I be real for a second? Who's Equack who joined our server 1 minute ago?
What?
What?
Someone joined the server 1 minute ago, and their name is Equack.
Yeah, it's Evan.
Okay.
Hey, bring Evan in here. Evan didn't see me. I'll speed run this presentation again. Just
he's right here.
I want to ask Evan the question.
Evan, I'm sorry you don't exist.
Okay, Katie needs to finish presentation.
No, this was the end of it. Yeah, wait, Evan, what are your questions? I want to know.
I have a question.
Okay, what's up?
Oh my goodness, okay.
Does this criticism apply to like every single Lindt chocolatier who's in the commercials? Because I got a Lindt commercial and it was a different dude.
Oh yeah, no, it applies to all the dudes.
But it seemed like less offensive.
I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure the second image that I had, this is not Roger Federer, so they're all different, but it's always the same energy, and he's doing. I feel like they're trying to push the agenda that it's the same guy.
I want to see
one guy up in the mountains of whatever the hell.
I thought it was the same guy.
If I could see a picture of all of them next to each other.
hold on, let me look. Oh, can you guys hold on? If I pull up, let me see. Can you guys see my? Oh, I was looking at Roger. Can you see this?
Why he
Yeah.
looks so evil in that one?
Doesn't because that's the creepy ass Lynn Chocolatier. That's actually crazy to think about. What are all my Lynn Chocolatier? Watch me try to spell chocolatier without. Okay. Hold on. What if I just search? Okay.
Oh.
There's women, but like
Oh.
they wouldn't put a woman in the commercial. They would actually.
Oh,
Make
wait,
it, I
wait,
guess,
wait,
like,
wait. There is a woman. Go up. There's two of them together next to each other with the spoon
Yeah, but
dripping.
no, that's a.
Oh, wait, that's a man.
I
They're
also
both
thought that was a
female.
woman.
Oh.
They look like wax figurines, and it's kind of terrifying.
What? That's messed up.
Sprinkly.
It's literally not like nobody can find the stupid whisk. People are hand making them themselves because it's not real.
God.
Okay, it's so stupid. Like a disconcerting. Oh, a discerning. Okay, I thought that's a disconcerting. I was like, yeah, no, it doesn't. Whatever. It's bullshit. It's absolutely so. That's whatever.
It is
What
a
if I
cool
say?
There's
game.
so
I
many
feel like
of
on their
them.
website they might have like a list of their actual chocolatiers. I feel like there was something like this.
They all look AI made.
They don't because their eyes. There's some dark, creepy quality to all their eyes. And like
So, Katie, how do you feel about the actual product itself? Like, do you
I
eat
think they're
Lindt
Lindt. I
chocolate?
really do. Like these chocolates. There's
Okay.
some sort of blueberry one or strawberry one. Like those ones are
Oh,
actually like.
that
So
sounds
I'm
so
not shitting on
good.
chocolate. It's more like I think it's misleading to the consumers that they're like, well, we're here essentially making all of your chocolate by hand. Like, no, you're not. There's not a sexy man up in the mountains like making my chocolates. I don't like the implication that there is. Like, leave it alone. Get your hands off it. Stop looking at it like a weirdo. You're not gonna fuck my chocolate. I'm trying to find. I know there was a page where they showed. Oh my
The
god.
world
Maybe
of
not. The
Lindt?
World of Lindt. Yeah, I swear there was. Maybe not. Okay, I guess that was a history of Lindt farm. Right? What is that? Well, shit. If they try to push this, okay, never mind. That's like cocoa beans. I feel bad. Okay.
Hello?
Who's that?
Oh.
Beba.
Oh.
Elena,
You had another baby.
Finally.
Elena, let me speed run
Elena,
this. Let me
I'll
speed run
post
this.
I
the
can
video of
smell
Whoa.
arcane.
all of the.
Elena.
No, you can't. You can't.
I'm gonna
What?
do it.
Elena, look at this. Okay, ready? Can you see? Elena, are you looking?
Elena's muted.
No,
Still.
bring her. I want to speed run this for her real quick again.
Yes, I am. I can.
Okay, can you see? Okay,
What?
ready? All right. So basically, fuck this guy. Okay, I don't like him.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Roger Federer. He was the original chocolatier in the original commercial with a creepy chocolatier guy. So that's bullshit. Okay, so they keep pushing different guys that kind of look similar, and they're like, "This guy is up in the mountains making your chocolates." He's not. It's a lie, and it's bullshit. And I don't like the agenda being pushed here. Okay, Roger Federer doesn't know how to make chocolate. I'm assuming it wasn't on. There's not even a school listed on his Wikipedia page. Certainly not a confectionery art school. Okay.
That's
So
fucked.
they claim that they have real chocolatiers. I don't know if I believe that. I don't think I do. Because even if that is true, they're not the ones. They're being made in factories. Okay, they're not the ones doing this. And if that's the logic that we're using, that they should be credited with all the Lindt chocolates, then I should be credited for making every single Dove body wash ever. Okay. They're made in factories. He's perverse and he's ruining the confectionery arts. I don't approve. And also, real people who work in bakeries and make chocolates don't look at it. I mean, I hope that they don't. They're not looking at the chocolate like they want to put their weeby in it. I had some charts and graphs and like statistics in here. Basically, people perceive fetishism like kind of close to how they perceive like hypersexuality. Pedophilia is considered way worse, which I agree with. That's good, but it's still maybe this should be a little bit higher. I don't know. Fetishism is considered to be more intentional than hypersexuality. He's doing this deliberately. He should stop because he's making everybody uncomfortable.
Wow.
Okay. I don't like his stupid hat. I don't even want to get into that again. And then Caitlin is up in here like, oh no, but the hat like symbolizes. I don't care how many ways you can cook an egg. You should take this off your head because you look ridiculous, and everybody's laughing at you. I'm laughing at you. Okay. This is a mess. Everybody's pushing this. There's always sexy women in bathtubs eating chocolate. It's stupid. I'm not like. I don't. I feel like they're somehow like putting an attractive man there to be like, look, ooh, like I'm eroticizing the chocolate. Like you're dirty and naughty, and you should give in to your bad indulgences. And like, he's up there dangling his creepy little whisk. Also, you missed the part where you can't even find that whisk. It's not a real whisk. It's not efficient for chocolate making. they don't even use those in real life. Like, even if the chocolatiers are up there making chocolate, they're not using those whisks. It's inefficient, and they're not real, and it's impractical. Okay, I want to talk to Quaker Oats Man. I feel like he has some humility about what he does, and he's just a figurehead, and he's not pretending that he's making all the oats and rolling all the oats himself for you. And he's not up there like looking at it all creepy in the mountains of Switzerland or wherever the hell they come from. And he's from a pacifist religion. I don't know what religion What Chocolate Man is, but it's not this probably. And that's all of it. Okay. Do you have any questions?
What the fuck?
You like it?
I agree with it, I think.
Thank you.
I can't believe you got so much content out of that, man.
You really hit the nail on the head with the sexualization of women.
Thank you. Isn't that
chocolates, because
Oh my God,
that is insane.
I wanted to say more. I really didn't. I should have made this way longer, I think. Because I
The-
should have put something about like Magnum chocolate, like the chocolate balls in there.
Yes. I think
That's
you
just
could
nuts.
go in from like the early 2000s how unhealthy a lot of those commercials were, because even with fucking yogurt, like, have you guys seen that yogurt commercial where it's like, oh, I don't want to be so bad and eat a cheesecake, and then the other lady comes by and she's like, well, I'm gonna be bad today, and then she grabs the cheesecake flavored yogurt, and
Oh my
it's like,
God.
fucking hell.
It's such bullshit. Like, first of all, that's not the same thing at all. Just eat a cheesecake. Grow up.
Cheesecake.
Grow up and eat cheesecake. What's wrong with
Grow
you?
up, eat a piece of cheesecake. It's not going to kill you. Yes, yogurt is a healthy choice, but like
we're all gonna die one day.
you
Just
can
eat some
eat
cheesecake.
yogurt and cheesecake. How about that? And how about we don't make women feel like, oh, I'm so bad and naughty
almond
every time I eat a dessert?
The early 2000s almond mom special K diet bullshit thing did irreparable damage to society.
It did.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That's nuts. I think the dude. I think it's just creepy sexualization. Like, stop looking at it all weird.
Elena.
That's all I got.
Yeah, thank you. I want you to spoil all of Arcane Season 2, but
Yes.
only
No,
in context of Homestuck.
No.
Only in the context of Homestuck?
Yeah.
Sort of like Dave and Rose with the Green Sun.
Yeah.
Is the first thing that comes to mind.